share with you guys, and we'll start with The Wicked for Good cast. They're pretty happy after their very own Fierro was named People's 2025 Sexiest Man Alive. We talked about that yesterday. Jonathan Bailey's co-star celebrated his new title with a hilarious video, all while rocking matching sweatshirts covered in his steamy cover shots. Jeff Goldblum declared he's the sexiest man not only on this planet, but in the solar system, in the universe, in any multiverse. While Bowen Yang joked that Bailey looks best in a singlet while doing gymnastics, Ariana Grande got sweet, calling him the kindest and most brilliant and beautiful inside as well. And Cynthia Erivo echoed, now the world knows what I've known all along. Other messages came from co-stars Marissa Bode, Ethan Slater, or is it Bodie? I don't know, and director John M. Chu. Piling on to the Love Fest and beyond the fun, Bailey's win is also historic since he's the first openly gay man to take the title on People's 40th anniversary, by the way. So they were all behind him.
He's a good-looking dude.
Yeah. So Sophie Turner's dating life has reportedly turned her to the music world after her reported marriage to Joe Jonas. We were just talking about the Jonases fell apart. She dated British aristocrat Peregrine Pearson for a period of time. That relationship ended in September. Now she's reportedly gone on several dates with Chris Martin of Coldplay. And a source tells Us Weekly they've gone out on a few dates in London. It is still very new, but they have a lot of chemistry, and there's a definite spark between them. I'd like to know I think there's a bit of an age difference there.
I believe there is.
Yeah.
And I would say, I don't know, what I put it at the 15-year, maybe?
15, 20 years, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's got to be like 50, right?
She's 29.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, let's see how old Chris Martin is.
Yeah, 49, 48.
Yeah. Okay, so a 20-year difference, roughly. Oh. Maybe they're going to have some encore for dinner.
Let me ask you something. I hope you like it. It's cool encore. What the hell was that? Oh, that's the sound.
So they have gone on a few dates. So there's a spark between them. A source said Martin is also recently single after he and Dakota Johnson ended their 8-year relationship. So we'll keep an eye on this one for you. Eva Mendes is calling BS on a Daily Mail report that says that she's bailing on the United States with her husband Ryan Gosling and their 2 kids. On her Instagram stories, Mendez shared a screen cap of the Daily Mail article that claimed that she was fleeing the U.S., and she wrote, wrong again, Daily Mail.
I saw that article. It's so many. Listen, I'll check out the Daily Mail, but there's times you can see the title of the article and you know it's a crock of crap.
Yeah, they do a lot of that. So she added, although I love my time in London, I can't wait to get back home and celebrate the Dodgers World Series championship.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Tom Brady has revealed that his dog Junie is a result of cloning. The retired NFL great, who is an investor in Colossal Biosciences, said yesterday that Junie is actually a clone of a previous family pet, Lua, who passed away in 2023.
So, Preston, I saw this documentary one time, and the gentleman in it was very insistent that sometimes dead is better.
Yeah.
And that did not work out.
Pet Cemetery.
Yes.
The new dog was cloned using a blood sample collected before Lua's death. In a statement, Brady said, I love my animals. They mean the world to me and my family. A few years ago, I worked with Colossal and leveraged their non-invasive cloning technology through a simple blood draw of our family's elderly dog before she passed. Brady also said that Colossal gave my family a second chance with a clone of our beloved dog and said that he is excited how to how the tech, can help both families losing their beloved pets while helping to save endangered species. Colossal Biosciences claims that they are developing the science that will save us, our planet, and the species that inhabit it.
Were they able to plant the memories of that dog into the new one?
I don't know if they've gotten there yet.
It's doing all the same things. It sniffs your ass. It licks its own nuts.
Steve, with your involvement in pet charities and that whole world, what's the general temperature on this type of thing?
To someone who loved an animal that much and has moved to do this, I don't know what the general consensus is. The thing is always, I would say, there's so many animals looking for a home that that really can be adopted, and that's usually the dynamic.
That's where I think some of the community might go. But hang on a minute,
right?
There's a lot of. But then again,
but in a moment,
choice.
if you're very distraught, it is your choice, and so there you go. But if you can, consider saving another dog's life in honor of the animal that you lost.
The long road to divorce for Tori Spelling and Dean McDermott is finally at an end. It's over.
Nothing's over.
The former couple have reached a settlement over support and the division
My name is John Rambo. If you're going for an especially tumultuous marriage and you fear it's at the end, just remember my credo. Nothing's over!
He would make a great lawyer, man. With that,
It's not more than legally.
as his catchphrase.
Let me harmonize. Turn the thing around. I don't know the lyrics.
And they support. They reached.
With my drinking stein.
They reached a settlement over support and the division of their property in their divorce. On Monday, Spelling filed court documents revealing the deal with McDermott, saying that they had executed a written agreement that ties all issues, including custody of their 5 children.
I want to see a documentary at some point about, she is the daughter of one of the great Hollywood titans, and yet she's had all sorts of financial duress because of the relationship with the mother. It's just been it's got to be wild that it's just out of grasp.
Yeah, I wonder what the details are on that. All right, Kim Kardashian is finding out the hard way that AI can't be trusted. In the Vanity Fair lie detector test series, she was joined by her All's Fair co-star, Teyana Taylor, where the reality star confessed about AI. She said, "I use it for legal advice."
Oh, boy.
But admitted that the answers are always wrong. It has me, it's made me, she says, it's made me fail tests all the time. She joked that she even argues with ChatGPT, saying, "You made me fail. Why did you this?" That's what it says here. Why did you do this? I'm saying, why did you do this?
Dear God, you're stupid.
Only for the bot to sass her back with lines like, "It's just, this is just teaching you to trust your instincts." Taylor teased that the bot sounds like a toxic friend, and Kim agreed, laughing that it's teaching me a life lesson and then becoming my therapist. God help you if you ever hire this woman as your lawyer. She believes that the moon landing didn't happen. She's using AI to study for her legal test.
I'd be hard pressed. I think what she wants to do is examine these cases and try to work on as an advocate of people who've been through the system. But
that's fine.
Is anybody in their right mind going to hire her in an actual courtroom situation?
No.
This show looks interesting because because of her involvement in it, I'm so turned off. But there are so many actors in it that I really like a lot,
Yeah,
like Niecy Nash and Sarah Paulson and Naomi Watts, and I like Teyana Taylor.
Judith Light, Ed O'Neill.
Ed O'Neill's in it.
It's got a stacked cast.
Yeah.
So my wife was like, "Oh, I was going to watch that," and then I saw Kim Kardashian's in it. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh.
It looks like a glorified version of the Kardashians, you know, and all the trailers and stuff. I'm just like, no, I don't think so.
Is it any good? Is it
have no
getting
idea.
reviews or okay?
Despite the AI fails, Kim's legal journey is still on track since she's already passed the baby bar and recently told the Graham Norton show that she'll be qualified in 2 weeks.
Would you use a lawyer who had a magic 8-ball on the desk? Right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Just gonna
maybe.
use that. Yeah. All right, so Tremel Tillman and Ian McKellen have joined the cast of the upcoming film Ebenezer, A Christmas Carol.
I can't wait to bring my formidable acting talents to this wonderful project, Preston.
They'll join Johnny Depp.
I heard you're playing golf with Charles Barkley.
Actually, I texted with Charles yesterday. I did.
What did he say?
He had said, I said...
Too soon?
Well, no, not too soon, not at all. He said that he's up for playing, but it's too late in the season. He was leaving today
That's just the excuse I would have used.
to head back out west. In fact, I told him when I texted him, I'm like, hey, it's a little late, but if you want to play, I'm still game to go get out. But if not, we'll go for next season. He's like, absolutely next season. Let's.
And I think he means it.
I think so, too.
He's definitely a heart, and he was very excited about your adoration for the sport.
He played 75 days in a row, he said. Wow. That's insane. All right, so anyhow, they're going to join Johnny Depp, who is starring in the title role And per the film's official logline, the movie is a thrilling ghost story set in Dickens' London, following one man's supernatural journey through his past, present, and future. Paramount plans to release it on November 13th of next year. Who do you think Ian McKellen would play, Steve? Cratchit, maybe?
He could play Bob Cratchit. And,
were they of the same? He and Ebenezer were around the same age?
No.
Okay.
He could play Marley.
Or no, not Cratchit. Marley's the one who died.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had the wrong character.
Bob Cratchit is his employee.
That's who I think.
Yeah, I think he'd be good for that.
Yeah.
Or Tiny Tim.
Okay.
I'd have a bum leg.
Wait, so is this like a prequel or something like
God
that? Or
bless us, everyone.
Why?
This doesn't need to be made. I mean, it's been made a million times.
Been made.
The Muppets did it great, and it's a great Muppet movie.
Great-ish. I stand on it. I would say this. Take another. It was really disappointing. The Robert Zemeckis, Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah.
And I thought I was so looking forward to it, and they went so over the top with the story.
Was it a lot CGI in that one?
Well, it's
okay.
a Polar Express.
Yeah.
So
I got turned off by the trailers on that one too.
it was so hyperkinetic.
I like the Muppets version of the Dirty Dozen. I
That
thought
was
they did
great.
that. I thought they did that
When they went into that Nazi encampment.
Yeah. You didn't think they were going to, any of them were going to make it out alive.
Dude, I said.
Do you know what? Also, as I'm watching this, sorry, Case.
Yeah.
They made Ebenezer Scrooge is supposed to be an unpleasant fellow.
Yeah.
But he shouldn't be physically disgusting, and that's what Jim Carrey is in this.
Yeah.
He's just a slimy creature.
I said a shot-for-shot remake of Pulp Fiction with the Muppets would be great.
Yeah, it would.
I would watch that.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's cast that later on. I have more stuff to get to,
Okay.
but I'm curious who would play Vincent, who would play Jules, and all
Marcellus
that.
Wallace.
Marcellus Wallace. There's a lot of good characters.
Probably Beaker.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute.
It's all
right, so
obvious.
anyhow, so get ready for a blast in the past because Rachel Lee Cook and Freddie Prinze Jr. are reuniting at 90s Con 2026 for a She's All That celebration 27 years later. Fans can look forward to photo ops and a Q&A where the duo will share behind-the-scenes laughs and memories from their hit teen rom-com. Prinze told People it was one of the best experiences and added that he thought that he was going to get fired every day, but other than that anxiety, it was literally the best experience.
To me, that is a wonderful. That movie is I think it holds up.
I enjoyed it.
It's a well done rom-com ish.
How did Rachel Lee Cook not become bigger than she was? I thought she was fantastic. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Yeah. The 1999 classic followed the characters Zach Seiler and Lainey Boggs through
And also Ian.
and Ian McKellen and through a high school bet that turned into an unforgettable love story.
What's everyone doing after school?
And the reunion isn't that the end of the collabs. Cook and Prinze will team up again for Fox's holiday movie, The Christmas Affair. So they're going to be working together.
That's nice.
Which will
Yeah.
be cool. Yeah. Here's another team up as well. The Mummy is rising once again, and this time it looks like Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz will be back in action. The duo who headlined the original late 90s and early 2000s hits are reportedly in talks to reunite for a brand new sequel led by horror master Radio Silence, which is the team behind Ready or Not and the Scream revivals.
Oh, very cool. I think that this is cool. They're taking it in a different angle, Preston, because he will not be the character Brendan Fraser was in that movie. He will be the character he was in The Whale.
The 1999 Mummy became a beloved mix of Indiana Jones-style action with crypt-keeping aura, turning Fraser into a full-blown A-lister and earning over $422 million worldwide.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a solid movie. The same director who did the movie Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman.
Sources told the Hollywood Reporter that this comeback isn't a reboot, but a sequel film that will skip over the unpopular third film. Adam Sandler is getting some serious love from the AARP, and it's not for his jokes this time. The Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore star will receive the Movies for Grown-Ups Career Achievement Award on January 10th.
He's already writing his speech.
According to the CEO, she said Adam's enduring success, his ability to reinvent himself, inspire laughter, and move us through dramatic performances is a testament to the power of creativity at every age. And of course, Adam is no stranger to evolving, as he previously told AARP in 2022. He said, "It feels great. It makes sense. I'm getting older. That doesn't mean I feel old, but I like my age, and it's fun to play my age. It's freeing." The Movies for Grown-Ups Awards will be broadcast on PBS during Great Performances, February 22nd.
And you guys happen to see him and giving it was him and George Clooney, and he gave a speech in honor of Laura Dern. She won an award recently. Any you guys see it?
No.
It's really well done, and it's funny. It's typical Sandler, and Clooney's just standing right behind him. But he's just holding a bunch of pieces of paper, and he says the nicest things about her, and then interweaves them with really funny things. It was a great speech, and I just did not expect such a great speech out of Adam Sandler.
So he and Clooney, I guess, were together because they have this movie coming out on Netflix soon.
Okay.
I think it's going to be in theaters first, maybe, and then Netflix in December. It looks pretty decent.
Ocean's Gilmore.
Adam directed it, right? Did he direct it, or are they just starring in it together?
Possibly. Jay Kelly's the name of the movie, I believe.
Yeah. All right, Rob Riggle, our buddy, returning to host American Valor, a salute to our heroes. This will be for the 6th time, and it's going to be airing nationwide next weekend, November 15th. The special, produced by the American Veterans Center, honors U.S. military service with stories narrated by stars like Kristen Bell, Chris Evans, Chris Pratt, and Michael Keaton. He said, as a Marine, it's the greatest honor to stand alongside those who served and to help tell the stories of the true heroes who've shaped our country. Segments will include tributes like the heroes of World War II, the Rosie the Riveters, and a final closing toast. Musical performances by the U.S. Naval Academy Glee Club and Air Force Band will also be featured in that.
So the Monday, well, obviously we're going to be out at the camp out, and we're hosting this, this viewing party for the Eagles game. But there is a Marines event occurring at the Miller Hall, right?
Miller Time Hall, and it's for the 250th anniversary of the United States Marine Corps,
which is very cool.
Awesome. So hopefully, if you're involved in that, you want to stop by the tent, we'd love to see you.
Yeah.
Netflix has announced it's bringing back Nobody Wants This for a 3rd season. The quick renewal comes just 12 days after season 2 premiered on the streaming platform. The romantic comedy series stars Kristen Bell, Adam Brody, Justine Lupe, Timothy Simmons, and Jackie Tawn, and is expected to premiere sometime next year. Nobody Wants This is the story of an agnostic podcaster and an unconventional rabbi who fall in love against all odds. Season 2 is streaming right now. 40 years after its initial release, Back to the Future still making waves at the box office. To celebrate the 40th anniversary, the film returned to the movie theaters for a brief run and took in $4.9 million. And while that number is not impressive on its surface, consider that the film can be watched very easily at home for free and has been for decades.
Yeah, they're all streaming right now.
Yes.
The box office take also helped the film reach a new milestone. Back to the Future has now joined the list of the 200 highest grossing films in U.S. box office history. The re-release helped push the film's domestic total to $220 million and worldwide revenue to $393 million. That places the film at number 200 on the all-time domestic box office chart, surpassing Mission Impossible Fallout, which previously held the number 200 spot.
I wonder, so after the movie premiered, Universal then debuted that motion ride that became legendary. We'd seen nothing like that before. I wonder how old that ride is. I don't think it came out the year Back to the Future came out.
I got to ride on it in its inaugural year, I believe, Steve, because I took a trip out to Universal Studios. It was when I was working in radio in St. Louis, and that would have been 1993, I think.
Okay.
So I think maybe that's when it came out.
According to Google, it made its debut on May 2nd, 1991.
91,
so maybe,
okay.
Yeah, right after that, Preston. But it was Back to the Future, the ride attraction. It's now permanently closed at Universal Studios in Florida and in Hollywood.
When you rode that thing, you'd never seen anything like it. It was amazing.
I got to go up on the clock tower.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, with Doc Brown.
And sitting next to me was Ricky Rackman.
Ricky Rackman.
Remember him?
MTV.
MTV. It was a promo thing.
Friend of Axl Rose.
When I rode that was the time we went out for comic relief, and we were at Universal, and that's when I had not enough money to pay for a brunch I was going to treat everyone to at that hotel. I told you that story. But it was an amazing thing to see that. Now every ride has some component like that.
By the way, Marissa handed this a note, and Back to the Future, the stage show, opens on November 18th at the Academy of Music.
I really want to see
I
it.
kind of want to see how they're going to do that. It
Yeah.
looks like a cool idea.
Well, let's all go.
Okay.
Let's go. I'd love to go.
do it.
I love the Academy of Music.
We go out to dinner first?
Whatever, man.
We'll go to Wetzel's Pretzels.
Yeah.
Okay. No, we'll do that afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a treat afterwards.
He thought about it for dinner.
We'll do dinner, and then we'll do treats afterwards. All right, we're ready to play clips. So this season of Loot, let's try this again, has shocked fans with surprise guest star appearances like Kesha and Seal. And here Maya Rudolph and Joel Kim Booster reveal their dream guest for future seasons.
Other than Beyonce, I think Beyonce. Let's be realistic.
Yeah, it's gonna have to go ahead and be
It's
Beyonce for me, too.
And I mean money.
Yeah, because like some of the other people that I would have said, I feel like I could pay for them.
I am so shocked.
A new episode of Loot is on today on Apple TV. Here's our next clip. Die, My Love tells the story of a young mother's isolation in the countryside, unraveling into a haunting descent leading to madness and fractured love. And in this clip, Jennifer Lawrence recalls one shocking thing she doesn't want to deal with.
As much as I love dogs, you don't want to work with a dog. They are so unpredictable, especially because the dog barking was, around a real baby, and the baby was getting confused, and it was just like, okay, when do we kill this thing?
Die, My Love hits theaters on Friday, by the way. And there you go. That's our entertainment report for this morning. All right, we welcome you to Wednesday. If you're just hopping on board, thanks for getting on here. We have another thing that we're going to announce in a little while concerning the Camp Out After Dark event. We've mentioned a couple of events that are coming up, and there's another one we're going to add to it. So we have that coming up. Probably get that with the Bizarre File. We have a few people joining us as well. Director Steve Jawn, who's actually directing a documentary on radio DJs and a big focus on Pierre Robert. He had been interviewed before he passed. We are going to talk to Steve about that. Director Kevin MacDonald has a really cool documentary about John and Yoko, and it's called 1 to 1, and it's about that final John Lennon concert, or his first concert that he had, his only concert after the Beatles. And Oliver Platt will be on the program, too. So we got a lot to get to. We'll take a break, come back in just a second, and dive into it also. Stay with us, friend.
I mean, I wouldn't even try to prevent it because you can't. It's going to happen. Right. However, you do more than try to clean it up. You clean it up.
All right.
In your case, you're seeing this, and because this stuff is strewn obviously around and could be. It's not like, they're asking to resurface the chairs.
And listen, I don't think she should get up every time something falls on the floor. But, at some point, yes, so sorry, let me, pick this all up.
Looking at the photo, I could see if the mom was sitting in the chair, she may see one kernel that we can see in this photo. And if they pointed it out to her, I think I would be like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that they just made a mess like that. I'll clean its mess up. No. But I agree. I think you could clean it up. If you had a couple little errant, if you didn't get every single last one,
right.
that's acceptable. As long as you get in there and you just start doing some cleanup. And there were texters, for the most part, did side with the airline. The overwhelming amount did. But some did go the other way and think that, no, it's and somebody had posted like, what, if your kids make a mess at the movie theater, do you clean that up off the floor? Actually, yeah. Yes.
So I get. So the point of some of the detractors are saying, well, after they get off the flight, people come in and clean the thing. But as you said, Nick, you don't just say, "Wow, they'll get it."
Yeah, they'll get it. I'll make a total mess.
You have to make an attempt. But it's like there are two different people. There are the people that are like, what we're saying is like, yes, you have to attempt to clean it up. You have to clean it up. And there are people that just don't think you have to, and that it's not your job. Like, you paid to eat at the restaurant, so now you're going to leave the mess for the server to clean up. Like, there are people that just, that's how they see it.
I know.
It's weird.
Yep. And flight attendants obviously were commenting quite ferociously about this.
I've seen people, and my heart goes out to them, like at restaurants where the kids making a mess or spilling over stuff, and then and literally getting down and cleaning up stuff and picking up stuff off the floor. And I've never seen it's you feel so bad because I think parents tend to feel 10 times worse than they probably need to be if the kids are making a mess. And I think most people understand, go, I got it. I understand it's hard to corral this. To me, it would seem they seem very embarrassed.
Most people do.
Yeah.
Some don't.
I know.
Some do not
I know.
care.
But I also, listen, I was never embarrassed or anything. And this is like something that I tell my brothers who have new babies is like, don't shelter them because they're babies and don't take them to the restaurant. I think that's why I can go out to eat and go to a restaurant is because I took Jace from the second he was able to go to a restaurant. Like I
taught it how to behave.
No, seriously though, honestly. Yeah. And like, I will say sometimes if like, he's like lounging I'm like, you're at a restaurant and he sits up because he's used to going to restaurants and he knows how to act in a restaurant.
Same with us. My parents would take us out. We went to restaurants, and this is how you behave. This is what you do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, did we screw up? Yes, but we got that course right from the beginning.
And did he get this flight attendant fired? Was there a follow-up?
Okay, so there was a follow-up, and his response was he posted an update informing his followers that United Airlines is taking care of matters with the flight attendant internally.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I know, right?
So he's getting somebody's job.
But that's also him saying that. Like,
well, but if he's not saying that and it's actually the truth, and said flight attendant is now facing
right, but I'm just saying you don't know if it is.
Okay.
There are aspects to this story that are unclear.
Yeah, like people like that who are going to just throw that out there.
Well, Kayla wants to comment on this real quick. Let me go to her. Hi, Kayla. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, what's up, Kayla?
So I just want to say I follow Sydney and her sister, Jessie James Decker. She's a music artist. She was married to football player Eric Decker. She still is, but he's no longer playing football. So she had posted about this yesterday before Anthony did. And I don't think it was that they wanted Sydney to clean up the popcorn. It was the way in which the flight attendant approached her. What I saw Sydney and Jessica originally posting yesterday was that the flight attendant came to her with a wipe. It was like, the captain wants you to get every single drop of popcorn, which is kind of unrealistic when you're on a plane with two toddlers and 22 weeks pregnant. Obviously she was going to do her best, but to have her, it was just kind of more of an embarrassing situation, and the way the flight attendant went about it and what was said to her, you need to get every single drop.
By the way, how would the captain know? How would the captain know?
I'm sorry, sir. We have an issue in the...
we have a filthy child that's dropped popcorn all over the floor. Someone needs to kill it.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like they use that all the time. Like the captain said.
Captain doesn't know what's going on.
Captain doesn't know there's popcorn on the floor.
Yeah, I'm sure the captain didn't know, but I think it was just the way the flight attendant broached it. You must get every single drop. Not just, hey, get what you can. We understand she's two. And it was also popcorn that United had given to her. It wasn't like she brought it on the plane herself.
I'm still thinking you got to clean it up.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It wasn't that she wasn't going to clean it up. It was just the way that they went about it and were adamant that they wanted her to get every single drop and, not.
They should have said Colonel instead of
not drop.
Because that's what probably confused her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's pregnant. She's got baby brain.
What are you talking about? No, but I mean,
right,
so I think
you,
both sides sort of, now listen, it doesn't give you carte blanche to be rude.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't know. He didn't, in this particular post, he didn't indicate anything about them being rude.
I also think anyone with kids where this is happening, they know, and you just got to hope that they're going to get it. To say you need to clean up every last thing. Who says she wasn't going to,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you can't wait until they're off the plane to find out that they didn't.
Oh, you follow them home.
I mean,
I think I was going to follow you, did you?
I don't side with the lady whatsoever. And Kayla, she's calling in she was standing there listening to every single bit of the conversation. And
there's a flight attendant at the front door.
Yeah, and she wasn't there, so she doesn't know. And I'm just looking at the mess there, and you just clean up after your kids. I'm sorry that you're pregnant and that you have two kids with you, but
right. I agree. You almost sounded like Joker a little bit with the first one.
You want to know why there's popcorn on the floor? Because it hasn't been trained properly.
Let me go.
And he carved a smile in my face.
Let me go to Jeff. Hey, Jeff, good morning.
Good morning, Ed. How are you guys?
Good morning, Ed, buddy. What's going on?
All right, so I have 4 of those little things that tend to follow me around everywhere.
Yeah, right. Damn things.
So by like kid 2 or 3, you kind of, like Nick said,
Yeah.
It's not like you want this to happen, but this is going to happen.
Yes.
There's no avoiding it. So we always just kind of plan ahead. When we sit at a restaurant, I'll get a couple napkins, unfold them, and put them on the sides of the high chair. And we have, like, for when we fly and everything, we have travel, like, little mats.
Oh, we're losing you.
Travel.
On there, you just bundle it up,
Little
and
mats.
dump it out in the trash can, and move along.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you should be prepared for the mess. Yeah,
I
agree.
flew, Jeff, in fact, was it flying back from
Florida?
Florida? There was a mother and a kid next. This kid was like, mother? Like
oh yeah,
like a more travel.
I was sitting in front of you,
right? Yes, this kid. You heard me. I kept saying, "What is this? A dwarf?
It was the nicest
This kid is better traveling than adults."
If you're traveling
Thanks,
with a child or a toddler, inherently, my heart goes out to you because it's a chore, right? And there's also that part of me that, like, when I'm on the plane and I hear the baby crying, it's annoying. Like, if I want to go to sleep, I get the fact that, like, it's going to get under people's skins, but as a parent, there's very little you can do to control that. Your heart has to go out to the parents.
Shell was a pro at traveling with our kids when they were babies.
She was such a pro.
She had a system.
She would help out other parents on the plane. Your wife would come on the plane with treats for other kids.
She didn't want me to fly with them because I would mess up the system.
Yes.
Yeah, I kid you not. She
It's
preferred
stressful.
it when we
I don't
flew
want you
separately.
there.
Yeah.
You don't know how to treat them. Preston, this makes me think of this hilarious. I think it's the pilot episode of Modern Family. Cam and Mitch, the gay couple have adopted a kid. They're getting on the plane. They don't know how to travel with the kid, and so they and so they're I think it's Cam is feeding the baby some treats, and so somebody walking by goes, look at the baby with the cream puffs, and so I forget which one is Cam and which one is Matt, but the one is the lawyer. Gets like, oh, a gay couple with
cream puffs.
and he's feeding him cream puffs. And then, I think it's Cam gets up and goes, we'd like to pay for beverages for everyone.
All right, so here's a different side of this conversation that somebody texted in about. So this says, my husband gets peanuts at the Phillies games and drops all the shells on the ground under his seat. It bothers me so much, but he acts like it's no big deal.
You know what? So here's the deal.
I'm a
You
hypocrite.
actually raised a
That's
good
what
question.
you do there.
Yeah.
Like, you remember the ground rounds?
Of course.
That was part of their thing?
That was their thing. You could throw peanuts on the ground, the shells. It was no big deal. It's expected.
I went to a urologist who had the same policy.
Wow.
That was the same policy, a medical waste. No, but so that at a ball game,
Peanuts,
do you collect up your peanut shells?
and sunflower seeds. People spit them out.
How do they clean up the seats? Because I've never actually stuck around to see how all that stuff is done.
A leaf blower, right?
Is it a leaf blower?
Don't they come through and like literally blow down the sections?
Yeah.
Would you guys hold on to the shells and put it in a cup or whatever?
No,
or
no.
Right on the floor.
I do the ground thing.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
because it's
Total
it's what
hypocrite.
everybody does.
So you just when talked about this woman, she has to clean up.
Well,
Now you're
that's the-
tossing peanut shells at your feet.
But I
it's
wouldn't
at
do it on a
ball-
plane.
It's at a ballpark.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of
still.
Now,
I would put it in
listen,
a cup, Kathy.
Hang on, I wouldn't leave my empty beer cups and other
Right,
trash.
Stool.
But I'm facing my hypocrisy here. But peanut shells, they go right on the ground.
Oh my God.
Absolutely,
They're biodegradable.
They're biodegradable.
You're outside.
It's good for the environment. We're making compost over here.
Yeah.
I do keep it in my area. Like I will try not to do it to the row in front of me.
I'll tell you the delineation. If you're eating peanuts or popcorn in a theater, you're not going to.
No.
You're not going to do that.
Yep.
Because that's indoors. This is an outdoor park. I can understand the gray area there. I probably would still, put the shells in a cup or something, or on the person in front of me's head.
Yeah, so I was a busboy, I was a waiter, and I also cleaned the cafeteria at college, right? So after lunch and dinner, I would clean the cafeteria, and that one pissed me off because when you go get your food, you get it on a tray, and when you're done with your meal, you take the tray and you put it right. There were racks for you to put your trays, and nobody would ever do that. So this is not me bitching about that, but it gave me more of an appreciation. So I tend to clean up after myself. Like if I go out to eat with, whether I'm with the children or not, I will when I'm done, kind of like
stack
and put
Put it on the tray.
And, yeah,
put it on the tray and bring the tray back up. That's what you do.
We try to make it as efficient for the server or busboy as we possibly can. It's just something we've always done. I mean, Rochelle was a server. I worked in a restaurant. You know, I was in the kitchen. So
you're pre-bussing.
We kind of pre-bus the table. I don't fully do the wipe down or anything like that.
But you'll refinish
it.
it.
Collect everything. Yeah, we'll put a little lacquer on it.
I sand it down.
Stain.
You got to sand it down first.
Yes.
Right.
Then you got to clean up.
Yeah. Hang on. I want to go to Steph, who is a server. Hi, Stephanie. Good morning.
Morning. Sorry to bother you at work.
Nah. What's up, Steph?
So I'm a server. One, I want to agree with Casey. That girl has no idea what went on that flight. She was not there.
All right. Okay.
Second, I watch people all the time come home with kids. 1, 2, 3 kids. Sometimes it's just 1 and 2 parents, but the kid will outnumber them no matter what. Mess everywhere. I see them start to clean up. I'll usually stop them because they made the attempt. Just making the attempt made me happy.
Okay.
In fact, I like when they just wipe it right on the floor. It's so much easier just to sweep it up. I'm okay with that. But at least try. At least try.
So what we said earlier, and I think that's it. Just that effort alone for you, and you deal with this all the time, makes all the difference in the world.
That's right. Never
All right.
be presumptuous. Thank you.
All right. There we
Thank
go.
you.
See, from
Appreciate it,
a
Steph.
professional.
Hang on here. Pat has a comment. Hi, Pat. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Man, what's up, Pat?
I just wanted to say, on the other end of it, when a flight's over, I mean, they do clean the planes, right? In that situation, I see a pregnant woman, there's a mess on the floor, and I'm an employee there, I'm probably going to talk crap about them behind their back, but I'm probably just going to grab a vacuum and clean it up before I go tell a pregnant woman to get on the floor and clean it up.
So Pat, there you are. You're the passenger who's supposed to get onto the next plane, right? And
Thank you very much, Marissa. Real quick, I want to do this happened late in the show yesterday. I would like to thank the very lovely Karen Rogers at 6ABC from the morning crew over there. She stopped by yesterday, and she brought us homemade brownies and cookies and a wonderful note just thinking about us, with the loss of Pierre. And it was really, really sweet, and she didn't have to do that at all.
It was beautiful. It was genuine, and it was so nice. And I all of our friends in media have been so kind reaching out, and it's and anyone who in this area, everyone was in some way touched by the aura and the legend of Pierre Robert.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, when something like this happens, from the outside looking in, you don't know what to do, right? You just you want to offer, and thoughts and prayers are those two words that people say all the time, but you don't know what else to do or what else to say. And I just know that when my father passed away, so much food was sent to our house.
Yeah.
And it is so kind and it is so nice, but it's also so overwhelming.
It's a genuine expression. I mean, it's what maybe I can give you something, or you don't have to worry about a meal or whatever. And I think a lot of people, forget if you're in the situation, it can be awkward and you don't know what to do. But I think just the fact that you're trying means the world.
You hear of meal trains and stuff like that, and that happened with my sister-in-law when she had she had a brain tumor, and the community started a meal train, and so you didn't have to. And I know that Press, you're part of a really good community as well, and I know that your wife is very forward thinking like that. So I know that you guys have, spearheaded those things.
Yeah, she has absolutely. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go with you.
Yes,
because I don't know, and that's what when Karen stopped by yesterday, I immediately thought Rochelle would have done this.
Yeah,
I'm like, it's very
sweet.
much she's of that mind. So thank you, Karen Rogers. We love you, and we very much appreciate it. All right, I think we need to. I think it's time for Totally Presbo.
Totally Presbo.
Hi, Presbo. Hi, Getty. So I'm going to start with this. Steve just tossed a gift he bought us.
Oh, yeah.
Here this
You want to
morning.
explain what this is? I'll explain.
I don't know what it is.
Oh, no, I'll explain.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said, do you want to explain it? I have no idea what this is.
It did kind of sound like that.
What do you got
So
here?
I've seen these things. I basically have been bent over the table by the TikTok shop many times. But if it's ultra cheap, I'll pick it up. So these are the sheer masks. I'm sure you've seen them. That you, Nick is laughing because I see.
Yeah.
You pull them over your face, and it's.
I haven't seen these.
It's going to make you look like the person in kind of a if you have a hoodie pulled over, it's going to make you look like, for example, I'm holding up my mask, which is McLovin.
Oh, okay.
You have Elvis.
I do.
Casey has.
Who am I? Who am I?
Oh my God.
Dude, that's messed up.
That looks disgusting.
Do you even know who I am? Because I know who I am.
I have no idea who that
You're
is.
supposed to immediately know. Think of Breaking Bad.
Yes.
Oh,
Say my
all right.
name.
Yeah.
Wow, are you Heisenberg?
I'm
He's
Heisenberg.
Heisenberg.
Walter White.
It's kind of weird because you can sort of see your face,
Yeah.
Casey, through Walter White's face.
That's
ridiculous.
horrible.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
It doesn't even like. Here I'm McLovin.
Oh my God.
Dude.
That's
Wait, Marissa is Kim Kardashian.
Oh my
now,
God.
Actually, that
yeah.
almost.
Yeah, you gotta make it smaller.
All right, so the face is
You
smaller
look actually
on that
the
one.
best.
I think, yeah.
And that's why.
right, hang on.
But Steve, you're too. The faces are way too big.
What human possesses
Watch-
a head like this?
Go on our YouTube channel right now.
Uh-huh.
Warning: you may be scarred for a moment seeing Casey and Steve. But Marissa's actually looks halfway decent.
I think if you put a wig on Marissa, or like somehow could have her hair coming out, because like the only weird part about Marissa is that it almost looks like a bald cap because of the black that represents Kim Kardashian's hair.
So Nick, when you see in the advertisements, almost uniformly,
I can't look at you right now, Steve.
Dude, you got to put yours on because it might actually
pulled over.
It might actually because your head.
Hey, you want one? Here, take
Yeah.
McLovin.
All right.
I'm wearing the least
There you
Kim
go.
Kardashian outfit ever today, which is the funniest part. Does it make your eyelashes hurt?
No, I have no eyelashes.
Oh,
Yeah, Steve doesn't have eyelashes.
But,
so-
like,
Nick, gotta
eyelashes
take your
are-
glasses off.
Oh.
Hang on. Nick does have a very large head.
Well, that
Maybe
might
this-
work on Nick.
What do you?
It's insane. What are
inside
you
out.
doing?
Preston,
it's
hand me some
inside out.
scissors.
Okay.
I
Hang
want to
on.
see if I cut it and put my hair out, if it looks even better.
Actually, Marissa, you look.
You're gonna ruin it.
Yeah, don't ruin it.
You just told me it didn't look good, so I thought I'd
No,
make
you
it
look
better.
the best of the collective.
All right, let's look at Nick now, please. Oh, dude.
Yeah, like
No, so
yeah.
pull it back.
yeah.
Yeah, a little bit more. The mouth needs to come up. There you go. Wow.
It looks.
All right.
I mean,
All right, you guys want to see Elvis?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Elvis's face looks smaller.
It does look
this
smaller, yeah.
Actually,
take
might,
your glasses off.
Yeah, this might actually work. I have no idea. You guys let me know.
I'm
what
sure
you
if you've
think.
done any time on social media, you've seen these things.
Casey, what does yours smell like on the inside? Because mine smells kind of weird.
I hope it's not me.
No, it's not you.
No, it's.
Thank you very much.
Well, hang on. You got to pull it up a little bit. Yeah,
Adjust
your
it.
nose.
Do you have a mirror?
Yeah.
I don't have a mirror.
Hang on. Let me adjust it for you because you look like Sloth Elvis. It doesn't smell bad.
How's it look now?
It looks
better.
ridiculous.
It's better.
I would not say that's Elvis.
I can't see it, so I don't know.
Thank God it's like a packet of 4 for
Bright lights say they're
$10
gonna
for
set
$1.
my soul. Gonna set
Holy Jesus.
Totally worth it, Steve. Totally worth
Yeah,
You
it.
actually, Marissa, I will say,
Are you going to say I look better?
no, I'm saying if you were to pull the hoodie on or have like a hat or something
Okay.
from a distance, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like the way that her hair, the only thing that's off-putting about Marissa, well, not the only thing, but
Watch what she say next.
with the mask, I mean, was the hair. With your head up like that, I mean, with your sweater over your head, you really look like Kim.
By the way, our YouTube views shot up by 1,000 just now. You almost look like a nun there for a second. Oh, you pulled your hair out.
Oh, that looks good.
That looks good.
That's
Like,
the
roll it up
only
a
one
little
that looks viable, Marissa.
Yeah. Yeah, Marissa definitely looks the
Preston,
best.
you look like the twin brother that Elvis lost.
I want to see Casey put this on. 'Cause I want to get an idea of
Steve, why don't you be Kim?
what that looks like.
Oh, you sure? All right.
All right.
I mean, you look so good in it. All right.
And then we'll move on to a non-visual radio segment here in a moment, but you can watch on our YouTube account.
Get your glasses off.
I want to see what. Casey's going to check his look in the
This is
in
tighter.
his phone.
This one. Can you just?
Yeah, the one that you and Nick were wearing are bizarrely. Steve, pull the right side up just a little bit. There, yeah. Right. Oh my God, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
You are gorgeous. Look at you.
I'd love to see myself.
Wow, Steve. Actually, that looks pretty good.
Oh, I can see.
Nick,
this,
look
yeah.
at
Yeah.
Steve. That looks pretty good.
All right.
Yeah, the Kim one is the best one.
I guess it depends on the face that you get. Casey, you look nothing like Elvis.
Right? No, I don't.
It looks like a warped man, but Steve's not only looks good, it looks like Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
So
I think that's the best mask for whatever reason, the Kim
You have
mask.
to have a small face.
yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
And Steve is trying to make the mouth work. So
I'm an actor. I'm a lawyer. I use
I'm an actor. I'm a lawyer. I'm an actor. I'm a lawyer.
I use a magic 8-ball.
Well,
Thank you.
all right. Well, how much did that set you back?
$15.
15 bucks.
Worth it.
Worth it. Totally
Each,
worth
though.
it. 100%. Don't buy it. We actually should do a try it out segment on those ads that we see on social media regularly. I take screen caps all the time.
All the time.
Of things that I think I find interesting. And I never go back to them and double check and then go make a purchase. And things that the handful of times that I have done it, I have been either completely or lightly let down.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I've never been fully satisfied with one that I've ordered. Some have been like, okay, I'll do with that. And the others have been like, this is a piece of garbage.
My process has morphed into, okay, I see it on this. There's been one time, maybe two, where it's like, okay, this is what I was expecting. I'm okay with this. I will then, Preston, go over to Amazon or go to the company itself and see about purchasing it from there and also check some reviews. I can tell you categorically, there were at least two things that I got that were basically broken pieces in a box.
Yeah.
Yeah. I straight up, flat out rip off.
Yeah, no, I saw there are some kitchen gadgets that I was like, oh, I should probably take a look at that. There was a recent one I looked at, and I think I might have saved it. It's this. It's a flashlight, Steve, and it's a flashlight that goes on.
Tactical?
Yeah, it's tactical. Well, yes, it's tactical, but it goes on like if you have a backpack, if you're going hiking, it's got tons of lumens. You know,
how are your
Lots
lumens?
of lumens.
Yeah, lots of lumens.
220, 221, whatever.
Yeah.
The most recent one I took was of a clock that looks like it's got tubes.
Yes, I saw that. I thought it was very cool.
Yeah, with
What's the point of the tubes?
It's just a retro look.
Yeah, it's a retro look. It just looks cool. And you can do a variety of different fonts, if you will. And then, did anybody do this? The Christmas ornament that plays the little videos.
I saw it,
Hang
but I
on,
did
you
not.
can run like little moments of your life.
Yeah.
Wow.
It reminds me of, from Inside Out, the memories.
Oh, yeah.
The core memories.
That's really cool. You got that one or you did not yet?
I did not. I just took a screenshot of it. I
Okay.
did step one.
Yeah.
And then you do the due diligence and see if there's an actual like a product on Amazon or one of the other retailers.
Is there a name for that one, Preston? For the ornament one?
The perfect Christmas ornament for moms doesn't exist. It said, well, the product that says is Soul Spark, or at least that's the
Soul Spark,
the company that makes it, or the social media account that you go to. And then there's another one that says Loyal to Use. So they're different ones.
It's not YOUS, right?
But I'll do a search on, Christmas ornament with video.
The
and see
video
if I can
playing
find
ornament,
it.
Preston. There it is.
So there is. It's available on Amazon as well as Hammacher Schlemmer.
This is
This is
different,
not the
though.
same one.
Yeah, the
so
one that you have actually looks like a Christmas ball with the image playing within it.
Is this it, Preston, up on this screen over here?
yeah, that looks like that's it.
Yeah, it's also known as a memory lamp orb.
And how much is that?
$50 bucks. Yeah.
So, Press, there was one that I saw, and I didn't save it, but I remembered it, so I don't have to save it. But it's a Marshall amp, but it's actually a beer fridge.
Oh, that sounds
And it
fun.
looks like a Marshall amp. I thought you would like something like that.
Casey, last year I bought a beer fridge that was actually a Marshall amp.
That's weird.
Well, all right. Well, anyhow, thank you, Steve.
Oh, well, enjoy.
For these masks. The Kim Kardashian one is good.
By the way, I ordered you something after last Christmas. I've been waiting for this goddamn thing to come.
What?
It's a little thing. You got us some tchotchkes for Christmas. It's been the most.
Was it the coffee mug?
Yeah, but that was a fail.
Okay.
That was a complete fail. I ordered this thing. I could have ordered the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
And it's
got it.
It's not. It's a tchotchke, but I'm still waiting for this thing to come.
All right.
So I hope it's better than your Elvis mask.
Well, it's timely that we're doing this. Case, what did you want to bring up real quick?
Well, no. If you're talking about Christmas stuff, I have a decent Christmas gift for you. But if you do you.
Well,
and,
this has to do with this is the 2025 Goop Holiday Gift Guide is out.
Oh, okay, this could be
so this is
useful. I mean, we all are pretty much goopsters.
Yeah. So, what did you want to mention? And then
well,
I'll
this
give
is
you
a
the
good
Goop
gift.
Guide.
but for some reason, it's not being sold in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area. So my cousin, he is a snowbird, and he snowbirds outside. I think maybe near West Palm Beach or whatever.
That's where he does the skiing?
It's weird. But Cooper DeJean has his own cereal, and it's called like Coop's Crunch. And I just sent you guys a picture because he had it down there in Florida, and it came with the bowl. So I have 2 Cooper DeJean bowls.
Are you saying that this is something you can have you can have personalized?
No, it's not personalized, but it is a good, I think, Christmas present
for an Eagles fan.
For an Eagles.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Christmas present for me.
No.
I'm like, why would you tell? I don't really care about football. So
No.
Okay.
But if you knew somebody who cared about
perfect
football,
for Preston,
and you knew somebody who liked the Eagles and Cooper DeJean
and
cereal, you could do that. But like Nick, I know he went
get that for Preston.
He went to Iowa. I think he might be. Where's he from?
He's from South Dakota, so I don't know what the Florida connection is.
South Dakota's the new Florida.
Oh,
Right.
it is. Okay, good.
All right. Well, anyhow, that's Casey's part of Casey's gift guide. This is Gwyneth Paltrow's 2025 gift guide. And this is so it's broken down into different categories. Names like the Pleasure Seekers gift guide, the Forward to Your So gift guide, and the Bon Vivants gift guide. I don't know what any of that stuff means. There's always plenty of sex-related stuff. This year, sex oil for $55, a kinky advent calendar with gold-plated handcuffs and a paddle and more is $1,285, and a $75 vibrating ring designed for couples.
Isn't your perception that anything you would get from Goop is way overpriced?
Oh, well, very much so. And in fact,
yeah.
I'll run down the list. So we'll start, and these are just a few things. We'll start with the Lit Method Portable Infrared Sauna is $1,000. The Vespa Primavera Red Scooter.
Okay, hang on. What?
Yep, $5,799.
Jeez.
The Odyssey Pro Telescope is about $3,600. If you'd like to get on this list, the Italian Pewter Cocktail Shaker is $491.
So this
for
is
a cocktail
what
shaker.
Gwyneth Paltrow would get her friends.
Yep.
So it's not.
Well, these are some of the things. These are the more expensive things.
What are the low end things?
All right, there's an under 100 gift guide.
All right.
Men's cashmere socks are $50.
Have you ever had cashmere socks?
No, I had cashmere sweater one time, and I wore it like twice. I'm like, this is 1,000 degrees.
Yeah.
This is way too hot.
I think your feet would sweat.
Yeah.
All right. Then you have the Himalayan Salt Scalp Scrub Shampoo. That's $50 for shampoo.
Yeah.
The Jol Holiday Incense Sticks are $32. The OG Hot Girl Squeezable Chili Oil is $12. And then the Carnegie Deli Rye Chocolate Chip Cookies.
Do they offer
cookies? Are $80.
Do they offer, instead of a menstrual cup, a menstrual stein?
No. They
That'd
don't.
be
You should
decorative.
Talk to them about it. But they have a vintage hotel ashtray that only costs $1,400.
Oh, that's
Come on.
Or Gucci portable pet bed for $850. So it's stuff like that. There's an Hermes multi-Togo Kelly bag for $16,500 should you be in the market for one.
So listen, if you are of sufficient wealth, and this is your thing, have at it. But to me, there are some things that are so wildly expensive, and it's clear that you're simply buying the label.
Press, you had mentioned something about a sauna. How much was that?
$1,000.
Okay, because I was.
It's a portable infrared sauna.
I had. In fact, I have one of those. Well, I don't know if it's infrared, Casey, but you actually, it's like a little tent that surrounds you that you sit in.
Oh,
it's a full enclosure that
your
you
head
zip
pops
up.
out?
Your head pops out.
Okay.
That sucker works.
Yeah, no, because I was at Costco a couple of weeks ago and they had a sauna that that you can, and it was only a few $100.
Right.
Listen, I love a good sauna though.
We, Rochelle and I recently went to this resort in the Poconos and we jumped in the sauna for a bit. We really liked it a lot. And we kicked around maybe getting one down the road. They're not as expensive as you think they are.
No, they're not.
And there was a guy that was there who said that it helped, his doctor prescribed it for his high blood pressure. And he said that along with diet really helped out a lot.
How big are they? Like 2 people?
This one could have fit 4 because it was at a resort. But
right. Yeah, but I meant one that you'd be considered for home.
Yeah, like two people. Two people would be enough. So, all right. So that's the Goop Guide if you're interested. But a couple other things. We got time for another.
Totally Presbo.
All right, so nobody likes getting up early in the morning, and it's difficult under the best of circumstances. There's a TikTok trend that, believe it or not, can jumpstart your day. Literally, the trend seems to have started with a trainer named Catherine Smith, who first spoke of it in July. She said, when I get out of bed, my feet touch the ground, and I jump 50 times.
Oh, get out of here.
I know.
Knock it off.
No. She said, what does your brain require first thing in the morning? Oxygen. How do you increase oxygen to your brain? Blood flow. How do you increase your blood flow? You increase your heart rate. Jump up and down.
I find that if I become irate over current TikTok trends, that causes my blood to flow.
Yeah, and jump up and down.
Yeah.
There's no way I could do that. I would pass out.
You pass out.
Yeah.
I still, by the way,
put my feet on the goddamn floor.
You're in a quiet house where everyone else is asleep.
Yeah.
You're going to be doing an Irish jig in the morning?
Yeah. No, thank you.
You could just do push-ups. I mean, that'll get your blood flowing.
Why not just deadlift the second you get up?
Yeah.
I did see there's a self-help person that I follow on Instagram, and she actually offered up, I thought was a pretty interesting thing in that, this person says you need oxygen to get going in the morning. One of the first things you need to do is hydrate.
Yes.
And instead of going right for coffee, chug like a big, 8-ounce glass of water if you can. So that's the first thing I do now when I get up. I just slam a whole bunch of water.
Do you have water waiting for you when you get out of bed?
I usually have a bottle of water next to me. So
on the nightstand, right? You have a bottle of water?
Yeah,
I do as well.
Yep.
Always ready to go. I'll sip it occasionally during the night.
Yeah.
This way I can make peepees in the bed.
Mm-hmm. She noted, though, that according to the getting your heart rate going and all that stuff, she noted that this can be good for lymphatic drainage and bone density.
Yeah, man.
So if you have the ability to jump, you should do it every day. Might as well. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
But I don't know about doing that like the second you get up in the morning.
Yeah.
I get up and I just get going.
I mean, when I had the plantar fasciitis, jumping was the last thing on I could barely even walk to the bathroom first thing in the morning.
Yeah, that would be bad.
So you just crawl.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of TikTok,
Totally Presbo.
they've announced their inaugural awards. The show will be happening in the Hollywood Palladium in Los Angeles on December 18th, and the theme is New Era, New Icons. And it will be filled with live performances and appearances by the app's most influential entertainers and creators. You ready for a full list of people? I have no idea who these are.
I think this is going to be indicative of what we've been talking about, is that fame is not what fame used to be. But go ahead.
Yeah, it is different. Adam Waheed.
Yeah.
Some people listening will know a few of these, I would imagine. Alex Earl, Brooke Monk.
I heard of Alex Earl.
Keith Lee and Christy Scott are up for Creator of the Year.
Amazing.
Some of our favorite new artists have been nominated for the Breakthrough Artist of the Year category. Alex Warren, Cat's Eye, Lofty, Raven Lane, or Lene, I guess, and Somber will all be vying for the win.
My awards would go to Wingsuit Video, Stephen Hawking on the half pipe, and Newfie videos.
Baby otters on the surfboard.
Yeah.
I do not. Instagram's the only social media I have, so I don't really dive into the world of TikTok.
Stop and think about that, though. Again, with that many people, and these large numbers, the amount of people who are routinely visited or checked out, I think most of these things, whether it be YouTube or TikTok or whatever, Instagram, it's the For You selection that most people scroll through. They don't go to specific content creators. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't, like on TikTok, they don't go to the account.
Right.
They just stay in the For You.
I guess it depends. So you follow these people,
Right,
So
and
you're
so-
expecting to see those coming up in your regular scroll,
Right. But if you have a fair amount, you're not going to get everything.
Right.
Yeah. You're not.
I will from time to time if I haven't seen one in a while. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I followed.
You
that
go
person.
look
Then
for
I'll go
it.
take a
Right.
quick peek, but I don't do that regularly.
But if you were to take all the people you follow on Instagram, how many would you put that at?
I don't know.
Hundreds?
That's a good question.
All right.
Yeah, probably
so
a couple
hundreds.
hundred.
You check every one of those every day?
No, of course not. In fact, let me see. Following,
You follow
I'm
414.
following 414. Yeah, so a few hundred.
Yeah.
Also,
so before work, check them out every day.
Have people asked you to follow them?
Yes.
I hate that.
Yeah, I've done it like 2 times.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I'm like, and now I feel like I have to, and This is just content that I wasn't seeking out.
I used to be the Jesus of social media, and I would follow everyone.
Yeah.
But then,
if somebody
then what
asked you to
happens?
follow them, it's just different.
Too much.
It's like walking into somebody's house and changing the channel on their television.
You know what's kind of annoying about the TikTok is that I don't have it either, Preston. And Kathy sent me a TikTok video yesterday, and you can't even watch TikTok unless you have the app now. So
really?
Yeah, you used to be able to like pull it up and just watch it on the internet or whatever. You now have to have a TikTok account in order to be able to watch any TikTok.
You can't
videos.
watch as a guest?
No. And so, because Steve, because I don't have it, she sends me the link, right? So I open it up and then it sends you to the app, and then it's like, hey, download the app and sign up for it. And I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. So if you're on TikTok, by the way, you can vote for your favorite now through the TikTok Awards in App Hub from November 19th to December 5th. So if you're interested, those are the awards. In case we have time for one more, we got to wrap it up.
Oh, good. It was a small one.
I'll make it a quickie here.
Yeah, make it a quickie.
Totally
Presbo.
Yeah, thank you. Let's go with this one. You may have noticed an increase in workplace wellness initiatives happening at your job. Employers are increasingly offer helpful perks like free yoga classes, daily step reminders, mindfulness tips, and other benefits designed to inspire a healthier lifestyle for employees, and while at the same time lowering the corporate healthcare costs. And these programs are apparently causing a backlash among some employees. Some point out that they're at work to work, not to be lectured, guilted, or life coached by people who aren't their doctors or therapists, and they find it insulting and intrusive.
So are these these are elective things, right?
Yeah, you don't have to.
You don't have to go there.
But some people take what's the proper word?
Umbrage
with the fact that they feel now that has been offered that they maybe look like an idiot because they're not doing it, or
they feel obligated to go.
Maybe not feel obligated to go, or maybe they resent the people that are doing it, try to recruit them to do it. You know,
I'll tell you what, if we had a chair massage program here, I'd be taking advantage of that. Every day.
I will say, though, having gone to many, many Catholic masses in my day, sometimes they will have people come and speak to the audience, to the parishioners.
Right.
And sometimes it's after communion's over, before the end of the Mass.
You all know Ricky Rackman?
At that point, you can get up and leave.
Okay.
Sometimes they would have them speak before communion. And I was like, this is an outrage.
Yes.
You can't do that. You're hijacking my time, and you shouldn't be doing this in the middle of the Mass.
That is true. It's not respectful of your time.
Would it extend the time of the Mass?
Yeah, well, right?
Extend the time of the and I'm like,
not cool.
Listen, I don't want to be here.
I got things to do.
Yeah, I have to be
I get
here.
it, creator of the universe and everything, but I got things to do.
So for a little bit there, we tried doing, remember, yoga in the studio, which is a good idea, but it's like when you got done, you actually did have some work to do. And it's like, I can't go do yoga right now and then do my work later on. I'd rather get my work done and get it finished. But it was kind of, it would be nice to have that availability, I think.
Listen, you remember for the longest time, there were all these videos that you see on social media. Okay, I arrive at 10 a.m. and I go to the complimentary cappuccino bar, and then I go down and I have a wrap, and then I go to the ping pong table, then it's off to work. I mean, there's too many distractions at a certain point.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And those days are kind of over.
They're kind of over
now. But anyhow, some people don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like that.
Bye, Presbo.
Bye. Thanks, Ked. We got to wrap up the Totally Presbo because we got to go on a Fox Good Day. So we'll break and we'll come back in a second, and we'll get Mike and Alex on, and Bizarre File, and also another announcement about Camp Out for Hunger After Dark. We'll be right back.
And you got to wait for the flight attendants to clean up after all the kids that are on the plane. Like, you can't board the plane until the flight attendants clean everything up. So what you're saying here now is all right, well, there's 150 people on the plane. Everybody can make a mess, and the flight attendants got to clean it up.
I mean, I could probably, with a little dustbuster, clean out that popcorn in about 10 seconds.
No, so what? They come in, they're ready to go, and they can clean it up. However, just would it be too much to make an effort, Pat? I think that's what people are saying. Is that
not at all? Not at all. But I'm just saying, like, rather than ended up on the news, just grab a dustbuster.
You got to understand, there's literally nothing else going on in the world than this.
That's the thing.
And that's why it cut through.
It's on the news not because of the flight attendant, but because of the privileged
celebrity
baseball player.
Yeah,
He's a baseball player.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, interesting. All right, Pat, thanks for your 2 cents. Let me see. I will go to, hang on a second, Peter. Hi, Peter. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, Peter.
No, first of all, as Pierre would say, it could have been avoided. To Nick's point, it's going to happen. Parents, though, can be a little bit responsible, but giving a kid a toddler popcorn is like giving them a glitter bomb. It's going to end up everywhere. And in a public location, come on, man, a little foresight.
Are you talking about on the airlines side?
Yes, sir. Yes, I am.
Because the airline gave him the popcorn.
Yeah.
So something that's more containable as a treat or to keep the kid occupied, anything other than popcorn.
Well, my understanding is they usually hand out to the kids, they'll hand out gravy boats.
Oh, okay. Well, no, listen, any snack item you're going to give to a kid is like that. We're talking about Cheerios. We're talking about, pretzels and things like that. So it's going to make a mess, no matter what. I mean, here, we keep calling these kids it. All right. Well, thank you, Peter. I appreciate it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. It's not trained.
It's angry.
That sounded horrible. Oh, my God. I will.
You spilled it all over the floor.
I have Mike. Hey, Mike. Good morning.
Hey, bitches.
Hey, what? What's up, Mike?
How you doing?
Good. What's up, buddy?
A bunch of years ago, when my son was a lot younger, we were shopping at Acme, and he accidentally knocked over a display and knocked over a bunch of stuff. So he looked at me, I looked at him, and I said, you know what you need to do right now, right? He said, clean it up. I said, that's my boy.
There you go.
He started cleaning it up. No muss, no fuss. Next thing I know, a woman comes around the corner, sees what's going on, and chastises me because my son's cleaning up his own mess. And she started to clean it up for him.
Wait, this was a customer, a fellow customer?
Yeah, just some random person.
Was it a woman? Does a woman just butted into your thing?
What's that?
A woman just started criticizing you out of the blue? Was that who came around the corner?
I think we lost it. Yeah, it was a fellow customer.
Yeah.
Who said that? I'd mind your own goddamn business.
I'd punch her right in the face.
Yeah, that's basically what I said. I was furious. I looked at her. I said, he's my son. Nobody's upset. I'm not yelling. He's simply cleaning up his mess as if he was home.
No, that's your business. You told him to do the right thing. If somebody knocks over a display, you're supposed to at least again make the effort and try to do that. Yeah. You were right. Exactly. She was wrong.
And I looked at my son. I was like, thank you for being more mature than that person was.
Yeah, no kidding.
Mike, I hope you follow her.
Thank you, Mike.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, get your nose out of this guy's business.
Listen, Preston, have you ever I've seen adults knock stuff over and walk away. Not even kids.
Yeah.
The other day, so I'm in Acme, and if anyone in Acme has wonderful chocolate chip cookies, and then they have these smaller versions now that are perfect to have with tea. So there's in one of those plastic containers, where all four parts of the corners the little dimples have to lock for it to hold. So I'm walking around, and of course I have a little bit too much in my hands, and it falls on the floor. And I'm like, this is how I did it. And you can tell me whether I'm wrong or not. I collected up everything. I put it back into the container. I took the bar code off of it and went up and checked out too, because I dropped one of their things they were attempting to sell and made it unsellable. Mm-hmm. And so that's how I did it. I've seen adults.
They didn't make you pay for it, I'm sure, right?
I paid for it at the self-checkout just for the hell. I felt bad that I ruined a product. I know that might be a bridge too far for some people, but cleaning it up was the thing as well.
Right.
And man, those cookies were rolling all over the place.
I broke a bottle. I was at a liquor store, and I went back into the cooler because they had beer there too, and I had a bottle of gin, and I dropped. Or no, I went outside. Actually, I went outside. I had just bought it, and I dropped it. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me! I broke this full bottle, and I brought it back in. I'm like,
look what your bottle did.
They said as long as the seal wasn't broken, that I could get a replacement.
Oh, nice.
So it was. They.
That's pretty nice.
They have that in place.
Did you pick up the pieces of glass or whatever? Or?
I couldn't. I mean, I told them that I made a mess, and of course they were gonna. I can't go picking up glass. I don't have a broom or the dustbin.
What I can do is give you a free commercial on the radio show.
Hang on a second. Hold on now. Chris is a flight attendant. Hi.
All right.
Hi, Chris. Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Good. What's up, Chris?
So I'm a flight attendant, and kids come on all the time and make a mess. So do adults. But I would never have them clean up the mess. I mean, we talk about them afterwards and say what slobs they are and love to see what their house looks like. But we never get them on their knees or even ask them to clean it up. We just talk about them afterwards.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so
do you think this flight attendant was out of line to say? And I don't know how they said it. I don't know if they said, "Oh, ma'am, could you please? Your kid made it made a terrible mess here. Can you clean it up?"
Goodness, I would never ever going to adjust it. I just talk about it and afterwards.
Well, let me ask you, Chris, what is the one thing that passengers can do that are guaranteed to make the flight attendants talk about you? What do flight attendants hate the most?
Oh gosh, taking their shoes off, constantly getting up and down or leaving the overheads open.
Okay.
And leaving a mess. I actually had an adult that went and he came on and he ripped up, he was mad, and he ripped up the entire safety demo card. And I saw him doing something, and I thought he might have been doing that. And I thought, I'll just clean up his mess later. And he was just angry about his seat and everything. And as he was deplaning, he threw it all up as confetti, and it went everywhere.
Oh, my God.
What an idiot. Hey.
So it's not just kids.
And he did this just because he wanted to, or he thinks that the safety features are a joke, or we have no idea?
He's annoyed about his seating.
He's annoyed about his seating. Okay.
So you tear up the safety card.
But wait a minute, the shoes thing? Come on, man. I have like little slip-on shoes. In fact, I just took them off. I just took them off right now.
I don't care what people think.
The planes are cleaned, they're not really cleaned well. And when you get to a city and you have a quick turn, you're lucky that we get all the trash out of the seat pockets before we have to board everybody.
Right.
Also, they're adults. They can keep their shoes on, Chris.
Oh, no. No, they're not.
No, I mean, honestly, you, Kathy, Chris, whoever, you guys can think and say whatever the freak you want. I don't care.
As long
My
as
shoes are coming off.
your feet don't smell.
Yeah.
So what?
You're
Do
not
you
at home.
know, though? Are you nose blind?
I am not nose blind,
No,
Kathy.
I'm taking my shoes off. I don't give a crap.
Mine are off right
Well,
now.
Chris is a professional, says to keep your stinky feet in your
I'm
shoes.
with you, Chris.
Tough crap. I'm
I don't
taking
have
them off.
stinky feet.
Yeah.
All right.
Come down with ice on, spray your feet.
Yes, spray your feet with Axe body spray.
You don't even use soap
That
to
would
wash
be
your
worse.
You don't even use soap to wash your feet. Don't say they're clean.
There is soap that travels all down my body that eventually ends up on my feet. My feet are squeaky.
Chris, Preston does it. Kathy says Preston doesn't wash his feet.
He doesn't.
Can you imagine that?
He lets the soap run down his legs.
It just runs down
She
his
knows.
legs.
She knows.
Exactly.
I think, though, they also give you the little slippers, so you can put them on, right?
No, I don't want slippers on. I want my
Gives you
socks.
slippers.
Well, you're just in your socks. You're not your bare feet. Then you're fine.
Exactly. Yes. I don't take my socks off. I'm not an animal.
Casey
Come on,
probably
man.
does.
Casey, do you
don't.
take your socks off?
No, and I resent you for saying that, Kathy.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Chris.
They should give you slippers, though, right? Like as long as we're tossing stuff out there.
Excuse me. It just took its socks off.
I don't know. Slippers?
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Do
you guys ever wear them?
I did once.
Yeah.
I hated
yeah.
them.
What, on the plane or at home?
No. At home, around the house.
No. Slipper season. Hell yeah.
Right now?
All
No,
year,
we're coming out of.
Yeah, we're coming out
We're
of
almost done.
slippers.
Yeah,
season.
No.
We're in flip-flop season now.
I never
year.
wear.
Casey, I can't believe he just asked who wears slippers.
I wear
Casey-
slippers.
Casey and I wear the same UGG slippers. If you don't wear slippers, you have to get these, and you'll wear
Okay.
slippers.
I do like slippers.
Yeah.
I will wear
I'll
the
try them out.
sneakers or whatever my footwear was, unless it's like formal stuff.
Yeah.
On the switch. You don't know if a deer is going to come jumping through that window.
don't.
Right.
You got to be able.
But that's why you keep your slippers by the door. You
No, you
jump
gotta
in
wear
and
them.
get out of
sneakers
there.
by the door.
I can go outside with slippers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
totally.
these
In
are
an
like
emergency.
rugged outdoor, indoor
Yeah.
slippers.
They're
yeah.
tactical slippers.
Yeah. Those are I would say more of the colder weather slippers.
Sure.
I have warm weather
Yeah.
slippers as well.
So do cold weather slippers?
Here we go.
I think they're still on the air, and here we go.
Hey, guys.
It's not a vacation. It's a a why-cation, and Alex is going to explain what that is.
It's because travelers, they say, are, based on a trend report, they're focusing less on where they're going and more on why they are going. So it's more like, I want to relax, so I'm going to a place so I can relax. Or I want an adventure, so I'm going to a place for one adventure, not just I'm going to Panama.
I need to go to a place where I feel healthy.
You feel healthy or actually are healthy? No.
The illusion of health.
So here's my take on this, and that when I plan vacations, if I plan a getaway for relaxation, I find out that as I start to relax, at some point I get bored. And then I want to move on to some action. So, and then the vice versa. If I go and there's a lot of activity going on, I'm like, man, I wish we would slow down and I could have some time to just chill for a little bit. Focusing on one why for your entire vacation, I think is a mistake. That's for me personally, though.
Okay.
Boy, are you ever satisfied, Preston?
I think you nailed it.
What's wrong with you? No, I can see that, though.
You're right,
but I think the general nature of vacations is, okay, we're going to go sightseeing on this vacation, or we're going to go to a tropical location and relax. It's kind of what you've always done. They're just putting cute, clever names on it now, right?
Yeah, like hospitality is what they're calling it. If you want to look for something that's quiet and calm, hospitality.
I would replace that with shut the hell up-itality.
It flows better. You're right.
I'll give an example. Have you seen and I'm not sure if this is where this is, but it's a resort that's completely out on the water. Those cabanas out
They're
on
awesome.
the water. You've seen it. They look gorgeous.
Yeah?
I've talked to a couple people that have been to those, and you're thinking, paradise, awesome. It's amazing. You're right there. It's tranquil. You're there for most of the day, and you're like, okay, what else you want to do now? I mean, we've seen the water, and we're stuck here for a week,
right,
or whatever it is. So, I think vacations need to have some variety to them. But listen, having a purpose—that's a good thing. My son and I recently went to Chicago specifically to eat. It was an eating vacation, and we had all these great restaurants while we were there. So
I never heard of that.
From time to time, I do like to. We did like a foodie trip. It was awesome.
That sounds like something you would do, Mike. You're both of you are both foodies. Would you ever consider doing that?
Yes.
I just put it into my head when Preston said that. That's a great idea. Just go and eat.
Because when I go to places, I'm always looking up the restaurants so I can know when I go, okay, these are the places we have to hit if we want to have a good meal. So why not go just for the food?
There's some cities that lend themselves to it. Like New Orleans is a great foodie town. And obviously, like I said, Chicago has a great pedigree for food. So you can pick these towns and just have different, different reservations at different styles of restaurants. You can do the fancy schmancy one, or you could do the local fare, and we had a really good time doing it.
You go to San Francisco, you have rice-a-roni.
Rice-a-roni would be good.
Sure. That is a treat, yes. I'd like to do that in Paris, where I like French
You're
food.
so fancy.
Or certainly Italy, to just go eat your face off.
Right.
I've always thought I wanted to go to the Maldives, but that's the thing you were talking about, Preston.
The little huts on the water.
About one day in, I'd be incredibly bored.
And it takes forever to get there.
By the way, apparently
By the way, Camp Out for Hunger.
Oh, that's right.
Since we're talking food and
next
stuff.
week.
Yeah. It starts on Monday, guys, and we're hoping we'll see you there. We usually do. So we're looking forward to this. Is going to have a bit of a different tone with the loss of our wonderful friend and family member, Pierre Robert. But we carry on because this was a cause that was huge in his heart. Yeah. And so we decided we definitely can't bypass this, even though we're still grieving the loss. So we asked people, and of course, right now, some serious problems. Phil Abundance has had funding cuts, and there's
serious problems.
It's the worst ever. So, and I know times are tough, but we are asking for anybody who can help and lend and participate and support to please do so. You can go to WMMR.com. We have all the information right there.
Yeah, it's needed
By
now
the way,
more than ever.
is there going to be a bigger celebration for Pierre?
There was a great turnout in Rittenhouse Square.
Yeah, that was a last-second idea from Casey Boyd, but the radio station is definitely going to work on something official and a little bit more, open to a larger crowd and something a little more formal set up. And we're still waiting here back from the family on how they want to handle any particular services. So as soon as we find that out, we'll be passing that information along.
Yeah, please do.
Please.
And we'll see you out at the Camp Out.
Thank you.
Xfinity Mobile
Thank
Arena.
you, guys.
All right,
Thanks, guys.
Take cares. We'll see you guys. I said take cares. All right.
It's all good.
It's all good.
It's the way you say it. It's the cool new way to say it. Take care.
Take care.
It's all good.
You know what? I'm actually going to make this announcement right now before we get into the bizarre files. So
do it.
Concerning the Camp Out for Hunger, starting on Monday, we have a couple of things happening in the evening. We had mentioned that on Tuesday night. We have comedy night. Well, let me start with actually Monday night.
Monday night's big.
Yeah, there's Monday Night Football is obviously happening. And so at Stateside Live, it's where people go if you want to be near the stadium, have that vibe, and go watch the game. Obviously, they have all the screens, so that's taking place Monday night, and we'll be there for a bit.
We contacted the NFL and we said, "Could you have a football game Monday night?" And they obliged to help out with the camp out.
That's how much they're into this. And then Tuesday is comedy night presented by Helium Comedy Club.
I know.
Are we going to run out of timpani? Sorry.
They ran out of timpani.
All right. So anyhow,
Tuesday, I'll just give you music instead.
Tuesday night is comedy night presented by Helium Comedy Club with Ian Fidance as our headliner, and Pat House and Mary Rudzinski, Jake Matera, Blake Wexler, and Josh Martier. Thursday night, and I'm going to double back to Wednesday because that's the announcement we're making. But Wednesday is Food Trucks and Fireworks presented by Five Below. Celebration Fireworks is planning a special show, by the way.
That's what we hear, yes.
And so we are here to announce on Wednesday night, it is Quizzo night. With Johnny Good Times yet again. So if Quizzo is your thing, then you will definitely want to be there. And we're going to be in the Miller Time Beer Hall.
And we've seen proof positive that Quizzo is your thing.
Yeah, it's
because it always goes over very well. And he is the best at running these things.
Yep. So it's back. So to reiterate, Monday is Monday Night Football. Tuesday, comedy night. Wednesday, Quizzo or trivia night with Johnny Good Times. And then Thursday night, Food Trucks and Fireworks. So
love it.
We've got a full itinerary ready to go for Camp Out for Hunger. You can go to WMMR.com/camp out for the times, location, parking info, and a list of Phil Abundance's most needed food items. And of course, all these events are taking place in the evening as well. So here we go, friends. Get on board. Be a part of it. We'd love to have you there. We did not get traffic.
No.
So we need to do that
with
now.
Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian. Kim, what's going on this morning?
Well, no, I can't do Kim. Kensington Avenue, both directions, is closed between Castor Avenue and Pike Street due to an accident. We have some slowing on 76 eastbound from the Boulevard out to Vine, westbound from Passion to South Street, and the Boulevard out to Gladwin. And then right around the Conshohocken curve on the westbound side, there's a disabled vehicle that has the left lane blocked. We also have some slowing on the PA Turnpike westbound from exit 1 out to 2nd Street Pike, that's in Bucks County, and then westbound from Willow Grove to Fort Washington. We're slowing on the Blue Route northbound from 95 to the Media Bypass and Mid-County Toll Plaza out to Ridge. This traffic report is brought to you by Ace Hardware Home Services, bringing helpful to your home leaking pipe. Heat not kicking on. Ace Hardware Home Services has the plumbing, electrical, and heating pros to fix it from Philly to the Jersey Shore. And that's your traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Liberty Safes in New Jersey. They want you to shop smarter for a safe. You can shop one of their showrooms on Horizon Drive in Hamilton, Route 73 in Mount Laurel, or go to libertysafesnj.com. I'm going to start with a very tragic and messed up story. A teenage boy and his father suffered hundreds of killer Asian giant hornet stings as they zip-lined on an adventure holiday. Daniel Owen and his son Cooper died from their injuries after they were attacked by a swarm of killer insects at their Laos Adventure Resort. The Americans and their guide were overcome by the flying killers as they tried to zip line down some tropical trees. The pair were rushed to the hospital in serious condition. The doctor, Dr. Fakan, said their whole bodies were covered in red spots. He said that the pair were conscious when they arrived, showed no sign of anaphylactic shock, which of course can kill people who are allergic, but they both died hours later.
So we assumed that this zip line had been in place, right? Or was this the had they just been using it? Because did they upset a pre-existing nest?
There are no
How did
details.
this happen?
No details. In Laos, minor stings are common, but according to Dr. Fakan, deaths are rare. He said, I've never seen a death, and I've been working for more than 20 years here.
Because it's, as you said, it's my understanding, they were just swarmed.
Asian giant hornets have a powerful sting. They can deliver a large amount of venom that attacks tissues and affects the nervous system. Can cause severe pain, swelling, and tissue necrosis, which is the death of cells. Deaths occur mainly in two scenarios: multiple stings, a mass attack, or anaphylactic shock, and they do not normally attack unless the nests are disturbed. So, wow, yeah. Obviously, we need a lighter story than that. When you come up with an idea like this one, you got to realize it's going to cause you some problems. A 40-year-old man was arrested Sunday after jumping on the Verrazano Bridge in Brooklyn and hang gliding into a park from there. Police got a 911 call about an unlicensed aircraft around 5 p.m. The hang glider landed in Calvert Vaux Park in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I know where that is.
Where he was arrested about 2 hours after jumping off of the bridge. No injuries were reported from the incident.
I mean, they're on. First off, they're on bridge jumpers. I mean, they're always patrolling, you know, because can be a potential suicide bridge. But yeah, it's been a long time since I heard of one of these things.
All right, here's a note to hijackers. Make sure you check the cargo before you get yourself into legal trouble. Someone in Gulf, Ontario, stole a trailer that was loaded with $80,000 worth of whipped cream last week.
$80,000 worth of whipped cream? Is there a black market for whipped cream?
Police said a business manager reported the theft around 11 a.m. A white refrigerated trailer was hooked up and towed away around 4:30 a.m. The trailer had 30 pallets of Gay Lee brand whipped cream inside.
I like whipped cream.
You get the nitrous. I mean, maybe that was what the target was.
I'm going to take it in a more genuine way. Okay. They wanted the whipped cream.
Police don't have a description of the suspect and aren't sure where the trailer went after it was stolen, and the investigation in that is ongoing.
We have all this pudding. What are we going to do?
So a second monkey has been shot and killed, and authorities had said on Tuesday they are still searching for a third missing monkey a week after their escape from a truck that overturned on a Mississippi highway.
Hey, it's a monkey.
Someone shot the monkey. Wasn't that a Peter Gabriel?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Shot the monkey tonight.
Someone shot the monkey after seeing it cross the highway on Monday evening about a mile from the scene of the crash, according to Jasper Sheriff County. Sheriff Randy Johnson said. Johnson said that he was contacted by a person with the transport company who recovered the monkey after a civilian shot it. The Mississippi Department of Wildlife confirmed that one monkey was still unaccounted for. After two of the escaped monkeys were recovered deceased, officials have warned that people should not approach the rhesus monkeys, saying that they are known to be aggressive. And over the weekend, a woman who said that she feared for the safety of her children shot and killed another escaped monkey after her 16-year-old son saw a monkey outside of their home.
Shot the monkey?
Yeah. Jessica Bond Ferguson said that she and other residents had been warned that the escaped monkeys carried diseases, so she shot it. I shot that thing. A truck carrying 21 monkeys had overturned north of Heidelberg last week, and several monkeys escaped. Video from the scene showed the monkeys and wooden crates in tall grass behind the interstate. Searchers in protective equipment were seen scouring nearby fields and woods for missing primates. 5 monkeys were killed during the search, and 3 were missing initially.
I think that new fry cook is a monkey.
The remaining 13 monkeys arrived at their original destination last week. And then we'll do another story and then wrap it up. Yeah, let's end with this one. While cleaning out their late mother's attic, 3 brothers in California stumbled upon the find of a lifetime, a near-perfect copy of Superman #1 from 1939.
Oh, wow.
Turns out she'd quietly held onto a stash of 6 early comics for decades, keeping them safe under layers of old newspapers and dust. What do you guys think they estimate it could be worth? If you're, I don't normally
It's been a
know.
while since I've assessed this stuff, but let's put it at, I'm going to shoot high, $1.2 million.
All right. The experts say that the Superman issue alone, just that, could sell for over $6 million.
Wow.
Thanks to its pristine condition and rarity.
And I also left you 200 pounds of cocaine.
Now the family is preparing for an auction that completely could change their lives.
That's amazing.
So, yeah, it's pretty incredible. It must be in absolutely pristine condition. And that is what I have in the Bizarre File for you this morning. All right, if you just missed it, we added something to Camp Out After Dark. Wednesday night, it's going to be trivia night. It's going to be Quizzo with Johnny Goodtime. So we got the Monday Night Football, and this is all taking place, by the way, at Stateside Live, formerly Xfinity Live. Monday night is Monday Night Football, and there's a big Marine Corps celebration that night.
Yeah.
Tuesday night, comedy night. Wednesday night, trivia night. And Thursday night, food trucks and fireworks presented by Five Below. So
That's terrific.
We got a full week set up, and we are looking forward to seeing you starting on Monday. Construction is happening as we speak for the tent and our full compound. So we'll get in there and we'll get things going on Monday.
Really would love to see you come down. Just it'd be great to just hang out. If we haven't seen you in a while, it's just when we had obviously what went down a couple of days ago with Pierre, seeing some old friendly faces show up and that familial sense is a wonderful thing, and it really is a healing thing. So let's make this that as well.
Yep, and we definitely need your help. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back in a moment. We'll get our first guest of the day in our studio. Stay with us. We'll return shortly.
Coincides with sweatshirt season, right?
I think so.
They're the same, like hoodie season?
Yellowstone pajama pants season. Yes.
We're working our way into foot bath season, by
Real
the way.
quick, I just want to ask Casey one question because I think here's where we're going to separate. Do you actually wear those slippers outside?
I do.
Okay, yeah.
Not like
now we're on different pages.
Well, like to take the trash out or something like that.
Take the
If it's
trash
chilly,
out,
you got to run
or-
outside real quick, go get the mail,
Stomp down the mulch.
Or if I'm like I got to go pick somebody up from not class, but like practice or something like that.
she
If I'm
just
gonna be
got
in the car.
side-eyed by Kathy on
That's
that.
like wearing
driving.
pajama pants to Wawa.
Yeah, but that's what the
Oh,
kids are
dude,
doing.
I want to get a group of people to go to Wawa in pajama pants because it's very freeing.
Talk is
love
cheap.
it.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Let's do it.
Let's rent a bus of people. We'll rent a bus. We'll get everyone in their pajama and socks, no shoes.
I would love to do that. All right, hang on. I want to go to Todd, who worked in a store that kids would frequently mess up. Hey, Todd, good morning.
Good morning. How's everybody doing today?
Good, buddy. What's going on?
So I actually have an interesting story. One of our beloved Philadelphia Flyers, I'm just going to keep his name private.
Okay.
He came in with his wife and his two little crotch goblins, and the kids were running all over the place. They were throwing pillows all over the floor. They had like cookies or.
This is a mattress store that you work at, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and look, it's expected. I've had it a million times where people come in and they throw pillows around.
Right.
It happens. I get it. But the idea is, like, at the bare minimum, tell your kids, pick the stuff up.
Yeah.
Or make an attempt to just, before you leave, follow them around and pick stuff up.
Sure.
That's all you ask.
When they left, like I said, our beloved Philadelphia Flyer, and his wife did nothing to pick anything up. They walked out. Now, they bought a lot. I was happy with them because they bought a lot. I got a good commission from it. But
Were they
still,
French
like,
Canadian by chance?
they were not.
Okay.
That narrows it down.
All right. Well, yeah. So you left. They left, and you had a bad taste in your mouth because it was just disrespectful.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah, I think
it's a courtesy.
you're obliged,
I
even
agree.
if you're a Philadelphia
Thanks,
Flyer.
Tom. Yeah.
Your kids, if your kids go in and do something, you need to correct what they've done. If it's knocking down a display, if it's sullying the reputation of the NHL, it's what you do.
Let me see here. It's Eric that we're going to go to next. Hey, Eric. Morning.
Hey, good morning, it.
Hey, good morning, it buddy. What's happening?
Hey, congrats to Marissa for getting married.
Pass along your love.
So I used to work in customer service, retail. I work in construction now. Shout out to Glazers 252. But I was raging to Nick through the text earlier. This Anthony Vass guy. What gets me the most is the entitlement, like the basic human decency of just pick up after yourself. Teach your child to pick up after yourself. It's your job as a parent. And Nick, you can check the stats on me. He can't even do his own job as a closer in baseball. He can't do his job as a parent. He blew up online. This dude's failing. He's a trifecta of failure.
All right. So if he were an effective closer, he'd get a pass.
And now he's going to, hopefully, if anybody working at United is listening, I hope this person doesn't get fired because of this dude's fucking.
Okay. He's fired up, Eric.
Fargan.
Oh my God, I'm so
No,
sorry.
no problem. So, Eric, let me ask you: if the flight attendant was rude, would that change your perspective of this?
Okay, so I understand there's probably, three sides to the story. What the flight attendant says, what Anthony Bass says, and then what actually happened. I'm sure what really happened is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
But how he came across in posting, like what he did on Twitter, it just ruined anything that could have gone in his favor. And to top it all off, if you go back and check his Twitter, he posted a picture of his kid holding a bag of popcorn, like, oh, look at my cute little kid, like as a deflection. Like, come on, dude.
Well, no, I agree about the nature, the tone of his original post seemed a little pompous.
Yeah. And by the way, you're right, Eric. His ERA is like 736 or something like that. So
yeah, it's terrible. And the fact that he doubled down on it, saying, "Oh, I got," they're going to take care of it internally. United, whoever's listening, please don't let somebody lose their job because this guy can't teach his kids how to clean up after themselves.
Okay.
No, I agree.
Thank you,
At least a
Eric.
4-year-old, right? A 2-year-old.
5-year-old can clean up after.
5-year-old can clean up after
yeah,
themselves.
right, yeah.
Yep, most definitely. All right, I want to go to one more call. We're going to take a break here in a moment, but Don wants to comment. Hi, Don. Good morning.
Morning, guys. What's the word?
Yo.
Nope.
No, not going to
Too late.
All right, so you are you're a rideshare driver.
Yeah, I'm an engineer, but in my off time I do ride share, and people get in and they treat these cars like their personal trash pit with their kids.
I'm sure.
They get in, they want to eat food, they want to have chips, and when something happens, they don't say anything, or they're just like, they'll get out of the car. Even the adults do the same thing, and it's just they don't teach themselves. They're not parents to their kids. They think it's somebody else's problem to clean up.
Yeah, and it's the wrong way. I remember years ago, Preston. You remember the Good Charlotte we had on years ago, and one of the guys, Benji or Joel, or maybe it was their mother who had worked in a hotel and would clean rooms, and
There were some girls who went up and hung out with them in their hotel room, and they were the girls were getting a little bit rowdy, and they were making a mess. And one of the guys, Benji or Joel, goes, "Hey, somebody works here, and they have to clean that stuff up,
right?"
And I think they said, "Yeah, our mom was worked as a hotel, maid or staff or whatever." And they were like, "Don't do that."
Gives you a different perspective.
Yeah, I was like, I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
of them too.
That's why we eventually married those guys.
Be observant of that. No, they got married to Lionel Richie's daughter. Wait,
Nicole Richie and Cameron Diaz.
So
So I always consider us them.
I know.
Yeah.
Me
Oh,
too.
yeah.
All right, I lied. I have time for one more call.
All right.
I want to go to Kendra. Hi, Kendra. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Kendra, are you weighing in on this whole mess thing, or what are you calling about?
I just won $1,000.
It's our concert cash winner, Kendra. And Kendra, you also get tickets to the Barbecue as well. How's about that?
That is so great.
Yeah, congratulations.
$1,000 going to buy a lot of popcorn.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. And my birthday's Friday, so I can buy myself a nice present.
Oh, that's awesome.
birthday.
Huge. We are so happy. Where are you from, Kendra?
I'm from Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
All right. Thank you, Jersey girl. We appreciate you listening and especially calling in and winning. And we will see you at the Barbecue, and we'll give you $1,000 for listening to MMR. All right, Kendra?
All right. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, Let's hear it for Kendra. All right. Next chance coming up about 1 hour from now exactly, because it is 9 o'clock. So hang in there. All right, Casey wants me. We're going to, do it when we return.
Yes, sir.
We have a concert announcement when we return. So we'll take a quick break. I know it's a lot to take in. We'll come back in just a moment, and we'll get to all that. Stay with us. And Sarah Silverman is going to be joining us as well. Stay put.
Preston and Steve.
Preston and Steve.
On 93.3 WMMR.
MMR.
Thank you very much, Kathy. As we have stated a couple times, today is April 20th, which is 420. And that is, of course, the international celebration. I assume it's international. I know it's definitely national. Of marijuana and all things pot.
As you're saying all this, I realize, what is the derivation of 4?
I'm glad you asked that, sir, because I've got the history of it,
Right.
and I know we've mentioned it before, but it's easy to kind of forget because it's this weird little thing that happened. The most credible story traces to Marin County, California in 1971.
That's it.
There were 5 students at San Rafael High School, and they would meet at 4:20 in the afternoon by the campus statue of Louis Pasteur.
Right.
And they would get high. And they chose that specific time because extracurricular activities had usually ended by then. And the group of guys, Steve Capper, Dave Reddix, Jeffrey Knoll, and Larry Schwartz, and also Mark Gravich, became known as the Waldos because they met at a wall. There was a wall there, and they called them the Waldos.
As simple as that.
So they would say 420 to each other just as a code.
Yeah.
So, if they were in the hallways at school, they'd say, 420, and it was just for them to know. Now, the interesting thing is how it got out into
national.
Yeah. And to become part of pop culture. So,
and I want to find out if it has extended to other countries as well.
That is a good question. I'll bet you it has. So Reddix, one of the guys, told Time Magazine in 2017, he said, "We got tired of the Friday night football scene with all the jocks. We were the guys sitting under the stand smoking a doobie, wondering what we're doing there." And it continued long after 4:20 p.m. as well. The group challenged each other to find ever more interesting things to do under the influence, calling their adventures safaris. Sick. Going safari.
Doobies.
So here's where it started to catch on. So later on, Reddix's brother helped him get work with the Grateful Dead bassist Phil Lesh as a roadie.
That's like the dream job if you're a pothead.
So the band is said to have helped popularize the term 420. And on December 28th, 1990, a group of deadheads in Oakland handed out flyers that invited people to smoke, quote unquote, 420 on April 20th at 4:20 p.m. And one ended up with this guy named Steve Bloom. And Steve was a former reporter for High Times magazine.
Is that even around anymore?
Yeah, I believe it is.
I would
Steve.
imagine, God, if it had gone away before all of this, it'd be a crime.
So the magazine printed the flyer in 1991 and continued to reference the number, and soon it became known worldwide, it says here, Steve, worldwide as code for marijuana.
You know what High Times should have done? And if they haven't done it yet, maybe they can, because it's such a good idea, Steve. One of their pages should be smokable.
I think I know the case. I think years ago when it was really a controversial magazine to be on the shelf, didn't they include what they call a roach clip in one of their issues?
No, but like it's
they
a paper,
did something like that.
Yeah, it's a paper magazine, like maybe page 4 or page 20.
Right.
You know,
and it's smokable.
Rolling papers or actual marijuana?
No. Like
something
like
you
a
can
rolling
roll
paper,
up
like
in.
a blunt wrap, or something that you could roll it into.
I get
and
Acid
smoke that,
magazine and their tabs of acid on it. No, it's. I remember how controversial that. Look, I don't smoke. I don't use the product myself. Yeah, but again, it's another one of these situations where I'm fascinated by it.
Yeah.
I was fascinated by what's the big in Amsterdam. They have the
Cannabis Cup.
Cannabis Cup. There's a documentary about it that is amazing.
I mean, I don't smoke anymore either, but like I did, and it was like sort of ritualistic. I will tell you that like once I started it like kind of like took over. It was like everything to me, and
I have a history with 15. So I said, I grew up. My sister, my uncles, they were all weed smokers. It was around me even before I was a teenager, and I was kind of used to it. But I started around that time, and I have never quit, and I enjoy it. Now I am not the level of some weed smokers.
You're
There
not
are
Doug
people-
Benson.
There are people who just smoke it all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm an everyday user, but I am not, and I have my medical marijuana card, but I'm not a, just get baked out of my gourd person.
Preston, the agent who used to book me into colleges and book me around in my early days of stand-up comedy smoked pot the way most people smoke cigarettes,
right?
Like heavy cigarettes. So he was constantly smoking pot. And I'd have to say to him, is there any effect at this point? And he would say, not really. I mean, that's how much he smoked.
Yeah.
I remember maybe it was a decade ago, 12 years ago, we would occasionally have people from Normal on our show talking about making it legal and recognizing it. Essentially, for the most part, those guys have won. I mean, I really find it to be fairly it's not really an issue anymore. If you don't want to smoke, you don't have to. If you do, you have options to do so in most states. And I like that. You know, to me, it's one of those things where, like, it was being done so much anyway. If you want to smoke legally, now most of the places you can. Even Utah, for crying out loud, there are legal shops.
Do you know what's happening now, though? And I just read an article out of California where the image of I'm a local grower and I'm doing my own. Those businesses are getting swallowed up by corporate.
Sure.
Yeah, the same thing's happening with that industry as well.
It's funny, though. I mean, because I don't want to...
So we are welcoming a guest to our studio. He is a film director, and he's got a project calling out. It's a documentary, and it's about radio and the people who present the music, the DJs that bring this to you. And a big part of that documentary is Pierre Robert, and he was interviewed not that long ago, leading up to, obviously, his untimely passing. But we would like to welcome director Steve Jawn to our studio this morning. Hey, Steve, it's nice to see you.
Good to see you again.
We didn't know that this was going on, that Pierre had been talking to you. Is there a working title, or do you have a title yet for the doc?
No, we didn't have a title. You know, I've been in Nashville for 13, 14 years, and I kind of built a career as a music video director after leaving Delco, because I am from Delco, represent, right?
Yeah,
and
I'll give you one of these real quick.
Please. I'm official now. That's great. But, you know, I met Pierre years ago. He came to a short film that I did, I mean, almost over 20 years ago. And we became buddies, and he has been in a couple of my productions that I've done. He's had little roles and things.
Done some acting?
He's done some acting. He played the bathroom philosopher in this TV pilot that I did that was based in Nashville, but we actually shot it in your MMR bathroom, and security got called. And Pierre gave them words, I will say. But the project came up just because I wanted to start filming his life.
Well, and I think we got word about this because when Pierre passed, Rolling Stone in fairly quick order released a story about it and an obituary of sorts and a little snapshot of his life. And you have a connection to that as well, right?
I do, yeah. So I am the director and producer of Nashville Now. It's Rolling Stone's podcast about like the Nashville scene, country music, but also the Nashville scene. My partner in crime is Joseph Hudak with Rolling Stone. He's the host of our show. And we were together. We literally had wrapped filming. And I had my phone on silent, as you guys know. And I saw like 25 texts, and Pierre's name. And then Joe looked at his text, and I saw him hold his heart. And I was like, what's the matter? Yeah. And then I started looking at mine. And so Joe immediately just cracked the laptop open, just started writing the obit.
Wow.
And he's like, I have to write this for him. Yeah. And he did a beautiful job.
It was tremendous.
Such a wonderful writer and just a great person. And just a background, Joe grew up in the Poconos.
Okay.
And then lived in Delco and in Philly because he worked at TV Guides where he started his career.
Wow.
Him and I met in Nashville.
So all these forces coming together again, and are we correct in saying that the doc in its current state is of these legendary? Is it an approach of legendary radio personalities, DJs, with Pierre being the main focus?
Well, that was kind of the hook to try to get Pierre to start letting us film it. But in my head, all I cared about was Pierre. You know, but he always had this humble, you know, who's going to care about a full documentary about me? So I was like, well, you know, maybe we can do like a docu-series or something where it's you, but then we go to another person. But for me,
bit of a bait and switch. So is the intent for this to be a full Pierre Robert documentary?
Look, that was my idea. Yes, you know, that's all I really cared about was capturing him. I split my time, so I still live in Nashville, but I also have a home up here down at the beach in Delaware.
Right.
And since doing that, it meant I was here.
Yeah.
So I would just try to get Pierre to commit to a time, and Pancake would be like, just show up. Just show up. So that's over the last 2 years, that's what I did. I just kept showing up. obviously Christmas, Thanksgiving. So we've captured a lot of special moments.
Oh, great that you came in around the holidays.
It
'cause
was-
that really is so much of what he was and what he adored. This time of year, dovetailing with the Camp Out for Hunger and everything, this was the time where he really, I connected to people in the city.
Yeah, and I think I was telling you earlier, we have him in the studio talking, about life, about the business, but we really wanted to do like a 2-hour sit down, trick it out, and that was like our ongoing text and calls was like, hey, how about we do it next week? All right, yeah, call me next week, and I even talked to Steve, his agent, and Steve just said, good luck. So
yeah, he kept himself quite busy. So did you get everything you needed from him as far as this particular project goes?
I mean,
or was there going to be more?
Of course not. But my thought, immediately, you don't want to, he's gone.
Yeah.
And, he has family, he has people to think about. So I don't want to say, we're going to do this movie. But watching the outpour, I just feel like we have to continue it.
Yes.
Yes. Joe from Rolling Stone has actually reached out, and myself, to some artists that we've worked with that wrote about Pierre, and seeing if we can get them to sit down and interview and just kind of continue that. And now we're here with you guys.
Yeah.
So,
Steve, it's got to be interesting because it goes from this celebration of his life and his career and hey, what's going to come up next? What are you going to do next year? Who's an artist that you want to interview? And then it becomes a tribute to him and you honor his life and his career. And so I'm guessing that maybe your approach might be something along the lines of the first half of it is to what he's done and the second half of it is a tribute to him? Or how do you approach your shift in creating a movie, creating a film?
that's a great question. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know the answer to that. And, but, I think, how do you keep it inspiring? I know his death obviously is this big part of it now, but I think the idea is that he was just such a special human being and he championed my career forever. I go to Nashville, I end up directing country music videos, but Pierre would still have me on the air. He had me on the air. I used to work with this band, Sean and Hobby. I still do, really. And he would have them on the air. They're from Nashville, but he loved them. They kind of sound like the Hooters, and they wrote him his coffee break song, But he was that champion, that type of person. And when you see all the artists writing about him and posting those videos, to me, I'm just, blown away by it.
Let me ask you, so when you sat down for this interview, and Chuck, our program director, was saying, can you believe this? This was kind of long-form interview with Pierre, just recently. Obviously we work with him every day, and we were, we talked to him, and we knew, a lot about him. We're learning that we didn't know as much as we thought. So many wonderful other stories coming through. What was his state of mind? What any reflections that caught you by surprise about his career that you care to relay?
I mean, it was crazy to me how, again, go back to humble. I don't want to repeat myself, but that he just wasn't sure why anyone would watch a 30-minute, 2-hour piece about him.
Yeah.
Why would they do that? And he would keep bringing that up. And his life journey, obviously, from San Fran to here and what he's created here by doing his own thing.
Right.
Is beautiful, but it just always blew my mind how he just thought of himself as just a regular guy.
Yeah,
you're a regular guy.
If you could capture that, we talk about it. So we had people eloquently, Billy Corgan, for example, was talking about the relationship of a DJ of Pierre's, bemoaning the fact that he wasn't here listening to Pierre, because that's exactly what he wanted, what spoke to him, and his love with radio and this unique relationship. I mean, if you can capture that, and memorialize that, as everything changes around us, I mean, that alone would be, mission accomplished.
Yeah. Well, one more thing that, again, you guys probably don't know about, because why would he tell you? Why would he let people in, is that I have shot a feature film called Gone Like the Night. It's kind of a musical, if you've ever seen the movie once.
Right.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, and Pierre's in it.
Okay.
And he plays like a kind of a version of himself. So, and we shot it here. We shot a scene here. We shot scenes other places. And I have all these he's like kind of the narrator. So when the radio is always on in like certain stores, and we're still editing this, it's a independent project for our company, and obviously you have to pay the bills first and things like that.
Right.
But we are still editing that, and gosh, it just kind of hit different. I went in and watched one of his scenes and listened to the voiceover, and I'll share all of this with you guys.
Yeah, please,
if you will.
Yeah, definitely. It's I really want to see what you come up with when this is done, because I mean, like Steve said, we were around him all the time, but when he would sit down and open up,
it was great.
It was pretty awesome. Did you have those heart to hearts with him with the camera?
A little bit, yes, but he's good at blocking. He's good at blocking. You know? As emotional as he makes people, that's what is crazy. Like I again, being William in Almost Famous, chasing
Russell,
for the let's just sit down and have this. So the sad part is, did I get the big one that I wanted to really deep dive? No, but we got stuff and we have a start, and I think now it might be up to you guys and the artists and the people to really help share his story.
We're there. I mean,
absolutely.
If you've heard in the past couple of days, the amount of people, the amount of musicians, the amount of people who listened to him throughout the year, who considered him sort of a default or de facto, parent or advice giver, they're legion. So you're going to have more than enough material.
Yeah, and just kudos to you guys, man, for such beautiful shows those 2 days.
Oh.
I mean, I was crying. It was just, you did a beautiful job opening it up to everybody.
It was easy when we were just speaking from the heart. I mean, and inviting people to do the same thing. I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. It was hard for us, obviously.
I'm sure. I can't even imagine how you walked in.
But I'm very. It is strange to say this, but I'm very proud of what went over the airwaves over those couple of days, and I think we did the man justice, and then all the outside pouring that came in was just blew us away.
Well, you started Thursday's show by reading that obituary from Rolling Stone, and so it's coming full circle, and which is a kind of a cool way to have you in here, Steve, and something that I've talked about with Pancake and with Ryan and with Jason Fayon and Michael Anthony Thompson, and I know Marissa's done this a million times, was that Pierre was a great drinking buddy. He was a lot of fun to go out and have a couple of pops with. Did you ever get to spend some time with him at a bar?
No, we did not drink at a bar together. Actually, Mr. Martino's, we had dinner.
Okay.
And an artist from Nashville actually was up and they played. It was Sean and Hobby who played his Coffee Break song.
Right.
And they were there, and then he also came to another Sean and Hobby show. So, but he kind of pops in for an hour and then was gone. So we never had a good bender. But the Eagles parade, we were trying to connect, and he was nearby. And then, I had my kids, so I went back to the hotel room, and he wrote to me, and he's just telling me, I'm at some bar, and it's whatever. and then he goes, I found a country song that I like. And he sends me this link, and it was the most wildly inappropriate. I will not repeat it on it.
Interesting thing about the Eagles Super Bowl parade. I don't know if you know this story or not, but we all had to act quickly when the victory came through, because we knew there was going to be a parade and we wanted to broadcast live, and we had to find out where. And of course, we had to get accommodations for certain people that needed to be down there. Pierre was like, and everybody was scrambling for hotel rooms, and so Pierre decided to go ahead and give it a shot and book a hotel room close by where we were going to be broadcasting from, and he just could not believe that it was so easy to get a room. And he was like, wow, I thought that was going to be expensive and it was going to be hard to do.
No.
Found a room right down, across the street or wherever it was. And he gets down there and goes to check in, and the room was for the following month.
Oh, no.
After.
So did he end up having a room?
No, he slept in his car.
He slept in his car in the parking
He did not
garage.
bring that up, or he could have stayed at least on our couch. My kids would have enjoyed Pierre on the couch.
The stories are legion.
You know what? And that leads to this thing this little anecdote that I want to share with him. It was an ongoing anecdote for Pierre. And when there was adversity of some type, as long as it wasn't catastrophic, but an inconvenience or something that was going to make his life difficult for a little while, he would have this little phrase. At least I caught him saying it a few times in a very, very low way, at a very low level. He would just go, well, there you go. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, there was
Absolutely.
that. It was
Magoo,
you've done it again.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. I'm thinking of things like pulling away from the Poconos gas pump with the nozzle still in the car.
I thought about that this morning because I stopped and got gas, and I was like, I should do it on purpose. Just to, in honor of Pierre, I pulled away with the gas pump.
We should have a race of a fleet of cars where they all
With the
have
pump.
a hose hanging from the car.
That would be great.
As they drive away.
Yeah, I was thinking you're talking about moments where you were, where he was, where you'd get him in a more compromised moment. The St. Patrick's Day broadcasts, like you guys, when you're, or the Feeling the Fruits of Life, or
oh my God,
yeah,
3, 2, 1,
3, 2, 1 with Nick. He loved all that stuff because he was doing what he loved the best, which was being amongst people. Fans, and also just he loved to talk to people, and it was the best of a situation. So,
by the way, Steve, so did you speak to any other people for the documentary so far? Were there other radio personalities that you chatted with, or other industries individuals?
No.
Okay.
No, it was just Pierre. I was just focused on that. I mean, I go back and forth from Nashville, and it's. Again, convincing him was maybe it could be a docu-series based on a couple of DJs. Right. And he's like, okay, like 20, 30 minutes sounds good. But I mean, to me, there's just such a huge story with him.
Yeah.
All those artists don't come out for just some run-of-the-mill guy who just, hits a button. That is not him. Yeah. And, the sad part is I really feel like we were getting somewhere and that he was opening up to it and was, I don't want to say excited, but was just going to get into it.
Well, the fact that you have it at all and started it
Very
going,
true.
and at least you have this. I don't want to place this on you because I don't think you could probably give an answer, but I'm going to ask anyway. If you were to give a sort of time frame for what you're looking to do or what you're planning on doing, when might we see a finished result here?
I think we need to start gathering other people because again, it's going to have to be told through more people than just him. And and I know Jason and Pancake, and I know that they have some tapes and some really old stuff.
Oh yeah.
So it could be a deep dive, but I hate for too long to go either. Because,
agreed.
We're emotional now. I mean, not that we're not going to be in 2 years, but
Yeah.
Two things. There's no shortage of material, right? I mean, there's 40 plus years of a career, and the sheer amount of audio alone is staggering. But the other thing I would say is that if you can, Steve, I would recommend come down to Camp Out next week because there's going to be so many people that stop by. They're going to want to share their memories of Pierre.
Yeah.
And, we're trying to come up with things to do. Everybody. I've gotten so many emails and texts and direct messages on Instagram and one after another of people that want to honor him and pay tribute to him. And there's a lot of great ideas out there. So we're sifting through them as best we can. But I would think that next week would be a good time to chat with listeners and see what their thoughts on Pierre's legacy is.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing to hear from everybody. And, even you guys learning things about him, it's kind of like listening those 2 days and people calling in with stories. He's a puzzle, right? We're just these little pieces. We don't even know about each other.
Yeah.
But yet it's all connected to Pierre.
Well, let us know if you need anything
I will.
for assistance on this. And if you want to come out to Camp Out, let us know. I'm sure
Yes, that sounds
tons
great.
of people would love to talk to
That
you.
sounds great. Well,
excellent.
I do have something for you guys.
Oh, you
I don't
do?
know how much
That's
time we
right.
have.
Yes, Sure, yeah, we got a couple minutes.
I don't know if you saw my hat here.
Yeah, it's this beautiful hat. It's a picture of Pierre. It says, great, turn a little bit this way. Yeah, great day in the morning, little peace sign on it. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
Well, I had an old MMR hat, and my wife and I, we move for fun. We just move all the time. So I couldn't find the MMR hat, and I called this guy. His name's Hill, 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 and he's in Lansdowne. And I said, can you airbrush me a hat? Because I usually wear this big fedora, and I know with headphones it's not going to work. He's like, I got you, and he's like, who did you lose? And I told him who Pierre was. He wasn't super familiar with him. And so he's like, I got you. Tell me his story. So I sent him the Rolling Stone thing. And so he made me the hat, but I show up to get it, and he made something else, and it's for you guys.
Okay.
here.
Wow.
And it was, get ready.
Okay. All right. The airbrushing on the hat, by the way, of Pierre.
He said he was so
It's
inspired.
amazing.
He didn't know as much about Pierre. That he said he knew his voice and he knew the station, but he said he started deep diving one. And this was Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So somehow yesterday,
All right, see what we have
I'll
here.
do the Pierre walk away.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness. That's phenomenal.
Wow.
It is Pierre holding, it's a picture we've
that
seen
crazy?
quite often, holding up the peace sign.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even Pierre would like that picture. He's very
That's
self-critical.
amazing.
So this is for you guys here at
Thank
the
you.
studio,
Oh, my
and
goodness.
it's from Hill. It is Top Dog Airbrush.
Yeah.
Wow.
In Lansdowne, Pennsylvania. I had to go Delco.
Yeah, you did.
And I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
That's incredibly
Wow.
impressive.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Well,
for that.
thank you guys
Steve,
for
that's
having
great.
me, and
Yeah.
let's be involved, and let's make this, a way to keep his voice going.
Absolutely.
We will.
All right, Steve Jawn, thank you for being here this
Thank
morning.
you.
We appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
And we'll let everybody know what the status of that is. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We will come back in a moment. We have another director joining us in just a little while about John and Yoko. It's called One to One's documentary. So we're going documentary crazy today.
Yes, we are.
On the Preston and Steve Show. We have more guests on the way too. In fact, actor Oliver Platt will be joining us a little bit too. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay with us.
Fruity and stuff like that, but I do feel like there's a time and place, and like I don't feel like I should be walking through a cloud of pot smoke as I'm walking into the fashion district of Philadelphia, or walking through a cloud of pot smoke as I'm walking down the boardwalk in Wildwood,
Yeah, I agree too.
and it happens. But at the same time, the pot in New Jersey is just as legal as people drinking their White Claws on the beach, and I have no problems with that. But I think the difference is like I'm not smelling your
Not wafting over.
You don't get a contact buzz from somebody drinking a beer.
Yeah.
And you may not necessarily from somebody's from smoking weed, but if you're someone who's in recovery and you go by and you smell that, you have inhaled a little bit. You know what I mean? And I can see that be concerning, especially for people who've gone through.
What about
recovery.
cigarettes, though, man? You've defended people smoking cigarettes out in front of a building in the past.
Yeah, I know, but I love the smell of cigarettes now.
Everyone picks their poison.
No, in fact, I haven't. Not out in front of the building. Like, I think, like here at this building or like at a mall or something like that, you need to give them cover, right? Like, when it's raining out, it's not like, oh, tough crap, you stinky, filthy smokers. Like, go smoke in the rain.
Stinky people.
Yeah. But,
so you're talking about make some sort of area where they can congregate.
But not for the
smoking.
pot smokers?
Right outside the entrance?
Well, but you're the one that said it, not me.
Yeah, I'm right out. Okay, first of all, it's not legal in Pennsylvania recreationally, right? Like
in Philadelphia, it is.
Yeah.
Recreational smoking legally is recreational in Philadelphia. Pennsylvania is odd because it's by municipality in most areas. Smoking weed, as far as I understand it, is allowed in Philadelphia in public.
I don't know.
Let's check that.
It's the public thing that I'm curious about, Nick. I think that you can have small amounts and it's okay, but consumption, there are regulations on when and where you can do that.
Can you be the mayor giving a speech smoking a blunt?
You're the mayor, man. Go for it.
Yeah.
So let me see here. Whether people buy marijuana legally in New Jersey or illegally in the underground market, it's a crime for them to possess, consume, grow, or sell marijuana in Pennsylvania.
Except in certain instances.
Okay. All right. Well, we can.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's odd. And that's part of the reason why it's still so strange is that there are, it varies from state to state. And not only does it vary from state to state in Pennsylvania, it varies from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh.
And federally, you can still get in trouble for it, even though it's legal.
Yeah. Oh, they got to shake all this stuff out. What kills me, Preston, is about this the creation of 420 as a thing. There's a good organization attached to a commercial that we run on air that mentions DBH. Do bong hits is what I hear.
Of course.
And that this thing would take off and become the thing from a school playground when DBH was your school thing.
Yep, that was our thing.
Yeah.
And our
DBH,
thing,
we had it written all over our notebooks and stuff. Yeah.
Our thing in college was, Hendrix, right? So we would, be at a party or whatever. Like, okay, we're going to be at Hendrix at like midnight. All right, meet me at Hendrix. But Hendrix was a gravestone. It was somebody's name. And there was a graveyard next to our fraternity house, and all the way back in the far back of the cemetery.
That's where you guys would congregate?
Right next to this big tree. It was the biggest, and the last name on the headstone was Hendrix. And it was, so when you're talking about DBH and 420, like
these things become lore.
There are these cool little ritualistic things that and it's code, right? Like not everybody knew what Hendrix was, and you could say that, and people knew what you were talking about.
Right.
I think line one might be able to help us.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I have Mike on the phone, who is a police officer in Philadelphia. Hey, Mike, good morning.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Good. Well, we're a little confused, Mike. That's clear.
But that's
maybe,
par for the course.
Maybe you can help us out here. What's the story with marijuana, smoking it, possessing it in Philadelphia?
So it is recreational use. You can walk down the street and smoke it. It is basically when I'm working in the city and we're driving by and you smell it, it's like, oh, well, that's just the new smell of Philly. So instead of, you get down to the subway when we're working down there and you're like, oh, that's the smell of Philly. But up on the street, it's just the smell of weed everywhere.
Yeah, so I didn't realize that you could smoke it outside, and that is Nick correct in that it's only.
Here's the thing: I'm partially correct, and maybe Mike, you can expand a little bit upon this. It's decriminalized, however, it's not legal. But I don't know what the difference between decriminalization and legality is.
I mean, realistically, there is no. I'm sure there is a nuance, and if you're caught with it with like a certain amount and it's all baggied up, then yeah, it could be then it's criminalized. However, it's gotten to the point now where it's so prevalent out there that there's no point in doing anything about it because of how willing people are to just say, oh, okay, yeah, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, and it's so low level that it's hardly worth the waste of time.
Exactly. Somebody. So the biggest things you get is still federally. It's not, and I'm a federal law enforcement. So even for us, though, we're not touching it because there's no, nobody's going to touch for a couple joints or a couple, whatever.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to even mess with it. But if you're flying out of the airport and you have it in your bag, like your carry-on bag, and they do the search, yeah, it's getting confiscated. You're not going to go through it because at that point, once you go through, it's a federal building.
That's why you got to pick up the ass buddy for transporting your pot.
Right. I mean,
so they're going to confiscate, but they're not going to arrest you?
Correct. It depends on the amount, though. I mean, you might get like a citation and like almost like an ROR where they're going to give you a citation for it, depending. But most of the time, they're just going to take it and let you travel on, especially if you have a medical marijuana card.
Yeah.
But they could,
and
right?
There are some nuances. There are some nuances with that where, and I'm not. I'll be honest. I'm not 100% privy on it because that's more local level.
Right.
And I know for us, we're not dealing with it unless we're actually finding it by the tonnage or the big pounds, and then it's like, oh, all right, that's for us.
Hey, Mike, can I ask you a different question? Because I've heard about from people who said they don't want to get a medical marijuana card because then they wouldn't be able to purchase a firearm. It's like you can have one or the other, but you can't have both. Is that
is false?
Okay.
False. Okay.
That is false. So I have friends of mine that have the medical marijuana card and also have a Pennsylvania state carry permit. So it is false. It's there's obviously if you get caught carrying and you were smoking and you're high, yeah, there's some implications, right? It's just like drinking. Like even for me as a Fed, I can basically carry anywhere. However, where I can't carry is anytime if I decide to have a drink, right? I'm not supposed to have it on me, and if I do, that's it. It doesn't matter who I am and what I am. It's an automatic, you're done.
Okay.
Right? Because that's the implications.
Let me ask you, Mike. So I do a lot of human trafficking, but I want to get a Class C license.
Yeah.
Is that going to be an issue?
I mean, it won't be, but what's your address again?
All right, Mike. We appreciate the info. Take care, bud.
No problem. Thanks for talking.
All right, see you later.
Hi, Mike.
All right, we actually have a police sergeant.
There you go.
Who wants to correct a couple of things that Mike may have missed out on. And he's in Philly as well. Hey, Joe. Good morning.
Hey, it's just that you look so nice.
That's a great callback.
All right, Joe. We're good, man. So what's what can you clear up about this conversation?
Yes, I need to retrain Mike. Mike's pretty close on a couple of things. It is not legal. It is decriminalized.
Okay.
Meaning anything less than 30 grams possession, it will be confiscated and you get issued a ticket for $25.
Okay.
If you're smoking it, the ticket is actually $100. But a code violation notice is the same thing we issue for a house with high grass, or if you're like smoking in the entrance of a business because businesses don't allow smoking, it's a ticket.
Okay.
So it's not that big a deal as long as you pay it. There's no criminal offense. You don't have to disclose anything on a job application.
That's what I thought. I thought that there was that you can't be just standing out on a sidewalk, a public sidewalk, just huffing away. I thought that was, if not illegal, some type of a violation.
Yeah, but it's become so prevalent. It's almost become that drinking a beer in a brown paper bag.
Right.
Cops aren't going to chase everybody through the park.
Yeah,
you're on your
it's
porch, or your
situational.
house, you're in your car. We're not going to make an issue about it.
Joe, you'd gum up. I mean, if you were to go after everybody, you'd be gumming up. The paperwork alone would be insane going through all that stuff, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I'd make it 2 blocks from headquarters before I.
Yeah.
So,
All right, say, Sergeant, real quick, because I just got another text from my friend who is a state trooper here in Pennsylvania, and he says that guy is absolutely wrong about the medical marijuana card and firearms. He says you absolutely cannot have a medical marijuana card and purchase a firearm in Pennsylvania. He
Is
said
it
that
purchase
is
a firearm or
purchase
concealed permit?
Purchase a firearm.
Your state trooper friend is exactly right. If you have a medical marijuana card in Pennsylvania, it automatically prevents you from being able to apply for and purchase a firearm.
But if you had a firearm first, what if you had a firearm first?
In theory, you're supposed to turn it into the state if you get caught. Now, I imagine nobody's kicking down your door to take your legally purchased firearm because you got a card. But it's probably in your best interest to maybe not disclose.
Wow.
Why is that, though?
Just go visit Jersey more often.
Why is that? What is the reasoning behind that?
Because it's federal. So the state, which is
got it.
when you purchase a firearm, you have to register it with the state.
Right.
When you purchase that firearm, because it's state, it's all submitted to the federal government.
All right.
Whereas
Got
the
it.
federal government, all marijuana is still illegal.
All right, Joe, let me throw this scenario out to you. Let's say I have a medical marijuana card. I am defending my home. Someone breaks into my house. I have a firearm. I use it. Does that complicate things?
It can and it can't. What you're looking at, I mean, is you can justify the use of deadly force. In theory, I can take my firearm and leave it at my father's house. And if my father used that firearm to defend his property, he violated no law. He was not in possession of that firearm outside the house.
Okay.
Hey, Joe, what about driving under the influence of marijuana? And does that vary from state to state?
It does. And one of the issues in Pennsylvania they've talked about is because we're kind of decriminalizing and there's the medical, when you get pulled over for DUI for alcohol, there's a limit you have to reach. It's 0.08 is the limit of alcohol. If you're below 0.08, you don't get charged with an offense.
Right.
If you have any marijuana in your system, and I believe it can last anywhere from 3 to 7 days, depending on the level. If you have any marijuana in your system, you're automatically charged.
DUI.
Even if it's you smoked weed 2 days ago and you have trace amounts, because that they test for, I think there's a doctor in court who does this part, but I always look at his sheets. They test for THC, and I think it's delta hydrocannabinoid 9 or something. And when they test for all of that, as long as it shows up in the system, you're charged with 3802D, which is the drug offense.
So you're just like a bad driver on a certain day, and you just do a dick move as you're driving. But if they test for it, and it could be a couple of days old, they'll
Ready to go? Or is that what?
He is ready to go.
Oh,
guys.
wow. Excellent. All right. I was going to kill a little bit of time, but I'm ready to dive right into it now.
You don't need to.
Our next guest is joining us via Zoom, and he is a wonderful director and directed films like The Last King of Scotland.
Yes. Wonderful.
But, and then you say, really? He did this John and Yoko thing?
Yeah.
Has a great history with music projects as well. Marley, Whitney, and more. But he's here to promote One-to-One John and Yoko, which is coming out on HBO Friday, November 14th. Covers the early 70s. John and Yoko living in New York City. That concert that John did.
Falling in love with Manhattan and all of that stuff. I love this.
Yeah, please welcome Kevin MacDonald to our program today. Kevin, thank you for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
That's a total pleasure. Nice to be here.
So you know what? When John and Yoko came to New York City, it was a complete shift in their lives. Obviously, they had traveled to the States. They I guess had an idea what they were getting into, but I'm curious as to if you find out what their lives were like in this new living scenario that they had. I know we're going to cover the concert footage as well, but does this go into their personal lives and how they adapt to being New York residents?
Yeah, this is very different, I think, than anything people might have seen before about John and Yoko, particularly in this period, because this covers the period of time they're living in a little apartment in the West Village in Manhattan. Bank Street is the name of the little street. And they lived in pretty much a one-room apartment for about 14 or 15 months when they first arrived in New York.
Wow.
And they were living, as John says in the film, like students or like, a newly married couple or something, very modestly, a basement apartment. And they were trying to escape from the long shadow of the Beatles and all the sort of, arguments and division over that. And so it's a kind of period of real freedom for them, and a period where they get really, really involved in politics, and they think they can change the world. They can stop Nixon getting reelected again. That's their primary goal.
It's wild because I remember this, and it's a snapshot in time. And I remember I was living in New York, and there was prior to when the Double Fantasy album was coming out. John would go to a town on Long Island, Huntington, Long Island, and occasionally he would be seen out and about wandering around. He loved the area. I think they just moved into the Dakota at this point in time.
Yeah, well, the period of time my film covers is that 15 months.
Is that 15 months exclusively?
It's just that 15 months. It's just so basically they move in. There's recordings of them on a radio station at the beginning of it, which is the day they arrive in New York, and they go down to Washington Square Garden, and they're listening to the buskers, and they're thinking, in fact, this place is cool. And then and it's also a place where they can express themselves without being harassed by the tabloids, which was a big problem for them, particularly with the controversy of Yoko in England at that time. She was really hated because she was seen to have split up the Beatles.
Right.
So it covers that period from late 1971, they arrive in the city, until they move into the Dakota in early 1973. So it's the last time when they're really out and about in a major way in the city. They're being filmed all the time. They're filming themselves, and we've got loads of home movie footage, home movie videos, which have not been seen before in this, that came from the Lennon estate. And we also have the big find that we have is a whole bunch of telephone calls over several months. They recorded all their telephone calls. So you really get to know what it's like to sort of just literally sit on their bed with them and listen to their phone calls.
Wow.
And which is fascinating.
It's funny. There's a treasure trove of these. I was listening to some of them, and they're amusing. There's sides of them that you really, it's funny in this day and age with all of the available media. Things certainly we've exhausted all of the available, findable media available about any of the Beatles, and stuff like this comes out of the blue, and you sort of use it to punctuate through the film. And of course, essential to this is that one concert. I assume, as I understand correctly, they'd seen a Geraldo Rivera special, a documentary about, it might have been Willowbrook, or another facility that he was
it's Willowbrook. That's correct. Willowbrook.
Right.
Yeah.
And they were moved to do this concert. Now, Preston and I have talked about this concert, and over the years, it's kind of unwatchable because the video quality was not that good, the audio quality, and we're huge fans. What has happened to the restoration of this is nothing short of amazing, and Sean Lennon himself oversaw it, correct?
That's correct. Yeah. So that's how I got involved in this, because the producer I was working with had heard that Sean was restoring, and for many years was trying to restore this concert. Now, obviously, there's only a certain amount you can do with the video footage. I mean, it was shot on 16 millimeter, and we went back to the original negative, but it wasn't very well shot. I think everyone was, to be frank, drunk when they're shooting it.
No doubt.
Seven cameramen. Sometimes there'll be a whole take with somebody just looking at the back of a drummer with nothing else, just their back, and you're like, that person is really not paying attention. But with the audio, there was an incredible amount that, with the technology available to re-record things today, it is incredible. So what Sean and the engineers did was they managed to isolate all the tracks. So isolate the vocal, isolate the bass, and clean them all up.
Wow.
And put them back together again. So when you hear this, it's like, oh my God, it's now. This feels like it was recorded yesterday, and it's the closest you're going to get to experiencing what it would be like to be in the room with John and Yoko performing.
Good, because like Steve had said, I'd oftentimes seen portions of the performance, and it was not of a quality that I really liked, and so I didn't give it enough time. But I remember, and tell me if I'm correct or not, Kevin, were were there guests on that show? Did Elton John perform with him at that show? Am I remembering correctly, or is that a different show?
That's a different show where John actually appeared for 2 or 3 tracks
of an Elton show
with an Elton show.
Actually,
this one-to-one show, which is in the late summer of 1972 at Madison Square Gardens, it is the only full-length show that John Lennon gave after the Beatles.
The only one.
The only one, and it was so poorly recorded. But now you can, I mean, the full recording of this, the full restoration is coming out also. I think it might be out already, or it's coming out next week or in the next couple of weeks. But the film gives you the real feeling of, okay, if you wanted to go to see John Lennon live in a concert, not in a Beatles concert pre-66, this is as close as it's going to get.
Kevin, from what you found in the footage that you have, when John and Yoko, moved to New York City, their attempt at anonymity was almost futile because everybody knew who they were. But if you've ever been in New York City, you know what a sea of humanity it is, and you look around and everybody's got their own thing going on. They got their own business and are just oblivious to other people on occasion.
Right.
Were they able to finally get that somewhat sense of anonymity that they were looking for?
100%, yes, and that's what they loved about going to New York. They talk a little bit about that in the film. That they're able to be themselves. They apparently, according to some people I talked to who were around at the time, they left the door of their apartment unlocked. They just knocked on the door and walked in, and they were just part of the neighborhood. And it was at that time the West Village. I mean, now the house that they lived in or they had an apartment in. When I was last there, was being turned into a billionaire's townhouse for $80 million. So things have changed in that neighborhood, shall we say. The only thing they were keeping was there's a famous, in some of the photos from that time, there's a famous spiral staircase, a metal spiral staircase that you see in their apartment. That's the only thing the developer was holding on to as a little John Lennon memento. Wow. But no, they loved New York because they were able to just go out and about, be themselves. And as you see in the film, they're going to protests for this and protests for that. They're on the streets. They're leading a normal life. And of course, after, as I said, the long and dark shadow of the Beatles split, this was such a welcome relief for them. So the film is a kind of love letter to New York in that period, which is obviously one of the great New York periods, the early 70s. A lot going on.
It's fascinating because, and there's an aspect of the film that I did not, as much as we think we know, again, and it's for lack of a better phrase, the gift that keeps on giving. I had no idea that there was an issue with Yoko, and she had a child who had been kidnapped, and this is sort of a sub element of the movie. Can you explain this story that might come as a revelation to hardcore Beatles fans?
Yeah, I mean, I thought of myself as a Beatles fan, and I thought I knew a lot, particularly about John. But I had never heard this story before. But it's not secret. It's just that it's part of the thing that people don't want to hear about Yoko, I think.
Yeah.
What happened to her, she had a child by a previous relationship with an American musician. And in 1970, I believe, or 1971, that child called Kyoko was kidnapped by her ex-husband and taken to America. And that's actually why they came to America in late 71. It was because they wanted to sort of be in control of the manhunt for this missing girl.
Wow.
And they spent a fortune sending private investigators around the country. They make appeals on TV, which you hear in the film. And you can sort of understand Yoko's kind of melancholy, her sadness in a lot of this film, because you imagine your daughter being kidnapped, and they never found her again until the 90s. So John never saw her again. John was like an adoptive father. They never found her again until the 90s.
I mean, Kevin, had you ever heard that
story?
Yeah, it's astonishing.
Wow.
And then that was the impetus for coming to the United States.
No idea. My goodness.
And that's why also when they saw the Willowbrook news report, which is this report of the terrible conditions in a home for mentally and physically disabled kids. When they saw this news report, they were so touched by it because they were missing their daughter, and they were like worrying about her. And so they see these kids who are alone and nobody looking after them. And they said, we've got to do something. We've got to raise some money. So they put on this concert, the one-to-one concert. and raised, I can't remember what, $1 million or $2 million or something, which went towards the one-on-one care of these kids. And that's why it's called the one-to-one, because it was about one-on-one care of these disabled children.
Kevin, I want to ask you, because Peter Jackson did the Get Back documentary and did the restoration, and we had sort of the revelation, Preston and I, after watching that the Dragon Lady, the A-bomb aspect of Yoko destroying the Beatles, it was quite clear that during the recording, that really wasn't the case, that she was really kind of just there, and it wasn't this divisive thing going on. And she addresses that through one of the phone messages in the movie. You address it. Is your takeaway similar to that as well?
I think that's absolutely right. I mean, I hate to put it down to racism, but I do think a lot of it was racism, particularly because, this is only, 25 years, my maths isn't very good, 25 years after the Second World War. And Britain in particular, I know, but also with the American troops, but British troops, a lot of them had really suffered at the hands of the Japanese troops in the latter stages of the war. And there were, terrible stories of torture and overwork, slave labor. And people in Britain generally were very, very anti-Japanese in the same way as they were very anti-German at the time. And I think the idea that our national hero, John Lennon of the Beatles, the biggest band of all time, was now dating a mysterious Japanese woman. Right. They just couldn't think that she's anything but malevolent.
Yeah, it could definitely lead to that. I have a question, Kevin, about the phone messages. The history of all four of the Beatles has been dug as deep as you can possibly get. How did you unearth this, and where did you, and as a documentarian, if you're not starting with fresh material, you gotta really dig deep to find anything that's unique and surprising.
Well, that's right.
How did you come across
that?
No,
that's absolutely right. Yeah, I think, my first thought when the producer came to me, Peter Worsley, the producer, came to me and said, "Do you want to do this film about John Lennon?" I was like, hasn't enough been done?
Exactly.
But I think you'll agree, if those of you who've seen it, that there's a lot in this particular period, and a lot you learn about John, a lot you learn about Yoko, because first of all, you've got this concert footage, which is incredible now that it's been restored, and if you haven't seen it yet, you will really be blown away by just the performance, and his ability as a musician is incredible. But it also happens that because I had the Lennon estate on site, they had all this stuff. They had all these home movies. There's hours of Super 8, of early black and white video cameras, and there's also there was this box which was just labeled phone recordings, 1972 Bank Street, and they didn't know what was in it. They had no idea what was on it. It was only halfway through my edit, or maybe more through my edit. They call me up and they say, "We just found this box. I don't know. You're doing a film about 1972, aren't you? It says phone recordings. We don't know what this is. And do you want to listen?" So there's still stuff out there. They don't even know exactly what they've got.
I mean, it's like you hit a new vein of gold.
It's basically,
you thought it's tapped out.
You're in an old gold mine and you hit a new vein. It's so wild. I have to geek out a little bit with you, Kevin, because going through your work, a couple of films you've done, and you're, I think, as you walk that line that William Friedkin, and I've invoked his name a number of times recently. We've had a few documentarians on that can deliver dramatic films and documentaries as well. You did a film I love called The Black Sea, amongst others. We talked about The Last King of Scotland. And reading an interview, you brought up a film that has now sort of come into its own, The Sorcerer, which is an amazing.
I love it.
Tell people why they should see The Sorcerer. It's it's one of those gems.
Okay, so Sorcerer is a film by William Friedkin, who I actually was lucky enough to meet, but that's a different story. I interviewed him, and he was like one of the best interviewees ever.
Yeah.
But so for people who don't know, he's the director of the French Connection, amongst many other great films.
The Exorcist.
But The Exorcist. And so William Friedkin was the top of his game. He was, by his own admission, very arrogant at the time. He'd had these hit after hit, and he wanted to remake this famous French film, which is about truck drivers who drive gelignite across precipitous mountain roads to put onto an oil well that's gone on fire, and the only way to put it out is to make a huge explosion.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's not the best the best explanation of the story, but basically, it's incredibly tense, the French film. And he thought, I'm going to remake that, and I'm going to put in a load of stars into it. Roy Scheider of Jaws fame is the leading man, and it's the grittiest, most realistic. You can feel the sweat and the mosquito bites and the pong of male sweat in this film.
There's a bridge.
Desperate man in South America trying to get a way out, and they take on an impossible mission, a dangerous mission they shouldn't take on to try and save themselves, and most of them die.
Has anything ever been committed to film that can equal this is really done across a raging river during a storm, driving over a wobbly bridge, and it was done.
Yeah. And that's the thing about this this period of action movies is that everything was done for real. You didn't have digital effects, and I think I've taken a real inspiration from that. That you should try and do things as much as possible for real. They maybe look a little bit kind of rough and ready at times, but there's something we all know when we're viewing something that is real. And in that film, it's totally real.
Does that aspect of you as a director inform the documentarian, or does the documentarian inform the dramatic film director? Or both?
I think both. I started in documentary, and then I've made 7 or 8 feature films, and I still find myself I feel myself bringing my documentarian skills of observation and of a love for reality into the fiction, rather than the other way around, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see the film, and it's coming up very soon. Will premiere on HBO on Friday the 14th, 8 p.m. You'll be able to see it on HBO Max the same day as well. And I'm glad that you've cleaned up this footage and made it presentable because I very much want to see this, and especially these phone calls. I'm really excited.
I mean, this is a gift to anybody.
Yeah.
The world is basically a collection of Beatles fans and John Lennon fans. So, and I mean, from what I've seen of the cleaned up footage alone, it's just stunning.
So it's called 1-to-1 John and Yoko. Kevin, good luck with everything, and thanks for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Yeah, lovely to talk to you. Have a good day.
Take care. Kevin MacDonald, everybody. Looks cool, so definitely want to see that. We are going to have our next guest on in a couple minutes. We got a few minutes to play with. What were you going to say?
This is crazy that, they find the photographs, or they find these.
Yeah.
It's like, at a certain point, how many decades have been around, and you would have figured you would have exhausted, but somewhere in a closet in somebody's thing, they find a guitar, whatever. It's crazy.
Remember a few years ago we had a guy on who was at the Maharishi's compound in
when the
India,
Beatles were there,
and he just showed up and was wanting to be enlightened, and he had a camera with him, and he shot hours and hours of the Beatles hanging out,
and they took to him. They were like hanging with him,
which was pretty cool. On a complete side note, I got this email from one of our YouTubers, and it's from his name. He goes by Jimmy Sprinkles, which, by the way, that's a brilliant name.
Jimmy Sprinkles.
Yeah, Mark is his actual name.
Jimmy's basically.
He's from the YouTube crew, and I wanted to send a huge shout out to the Preston and Steve YouTube family and my buddy Sap Sapio. He said that they're all going to be there en masse next week for Camp Out.
Oh, thank you.
We've done that the past couple of years. We have our YouTube crew show up.
Yeah.
And they usually, some of them dress up and have some fun, and it's a great time. But he said, I wanted to share this picture of me with my new vanity tags, and he's got a picture of them and their New Jersey license plate.
I saw them.
It's Bajmir.
Get out.
And I emailed them back. I'm like, is this legit? Like, did you just go, did you get fake Jersey plates made for fun? No.
He's got Bajmir.
They are real. He said, yes, I received the plates yesterday. He said, I wasn't sure if they would get approved by the DMV, but they did.
They're usually on that stuff.
So it's separate. It's not all one word. It's the BOJ MIR. Split up, which actually would make it even worse.
Yeah. Here's the best part, because in Jersey you have to put plates on the front, so when you're looking in the rear
view mirror. Oh my God, Casey.
Yeah. So I mean, the letters
it's
will be
rim job.
backwards, but
I wonder. I probably shouldn't have said anything on the air because maybe
what's done is done.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's too late now.
Too
man.
late.
Yep.
It's so awesome.
Do you have the audio? Do you have that?
I still have the
played both ways?
My Bajmir rim job. Which, by the way, we need to do bass backwards again sometime soon. And I don't know if I wouldn't mind having stuff for the Camp Out for Hunger. Which, by the way, today is our last official morning show meeting. We have them on Mondays and Wednesdays. It's our last meeting before Camp Out for Hunger. I can't believe it.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It's a rim job.
I hate that saying it's a
rim job. Rim job. And by the way, that was me just saying the word Bajmir like this, like I just said it.
Yeah.
And it translates to rim job.
Have we ever played, and I showed you the guy who plays the guitar and he sings song backwards.
Oh, yeah.
You did.
And he's but have we've played it on the radio?
I think you did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah. So
rim job.
Rim job.
I'm gonna check.
But anyway, well, kudos to you, Jimmy Sprinkles, for pulling that off, if you will.
I thought they were really they were good on getting on these things and seeing potential hidden messages, and they were very fussy about that. This is a masterstroke that he was able to pull it off.
Yep, absolutely. All right.
Oh, wait, okay, so Marissa, she just pulled the photo up in the...
oh, my God.
There's no mistaking that.
Yep.
No. Dude.
I mean, it kind of looks like rim lob, but...
Oh, it still works.
Yeah, the
works.
letters are backwards, but yeah, you get the gist.
Hey, real quick, Preston, you mentioned Camp Out, and wanted to let everybody know that you guys will be at the Flyers game on Saturday. It's a 1 p.m. start time. Our buddy Claude Giroux is going to be in town with the Ottawa Senators.
Yeah, that's great.
And in between the first and second periods, you guys are going to go on the radio with our sister station, 97.5 The Fanatic, and do the radio interview in between periods. And then in between the second and third periods, go on with JJ. And so if you're a Flyers fan and you're watching the game this weekend on Saturday afternoon, like I said, starts at 1 p.m., watch for Preston and Steve. Or if you're at the game on Saturday, come up and say hi. And we're going to be promoting Camp Out because we're going to be right back in South Philly starting Monday morning.
I appreciate you, Nick, for sending me a text last night. He goes, hey, man, if you need a nice distraction, the Flyers just scored 3 goals in 7 minutes. I was like, that's great, EA Sports.
He sent that to me, too.
Yeah, and then they allowed 4 goals in the second period. I was like, this is why I can't do this.
I was so mad at myself for texting you guys, and clearly it was my fault. But thank God they came back to win.
Yeah.
Yes, they won. They barely won.
Of course, you had to go to overtime.
The shootout. But I mean, it was a very exciting first 7 minutes. I was like, oh, maybe Preston and Casey could use a little distraction, have some fun. No, just got bad.
Yep.
But anyway, if you're at the game on Saturday, please come up and say hi.
Sports up,
everybody.
One Mr. Pierre Robert. I didn't watch it. I was busy.
You're better off
killing Nazis on Sniper Elite,
dude,
which is
nice.
my favorite pastime. So I was doing that.
One thing only, killing Nazis.
One thing only.
I was so locked and lazy because we're all wiped out. We're just getting decimated.
Yeah.
I just sat there and watched Dancing with the Stars.
You watched Dancing with the Stars last night?
I did. I watched a good chunk of Dancing with the Stars. Andy Richter.
How's he doing?
The people love him.
He didn't get voted off last night.
No, he got very emotional, man. He celebrated his birthday while doing the show.
Yeah.
And people sent videos from around the country of them celebrating his birthday.
Really?
And Andy Richter is, there's a bit of snark and cynicism. That's what we love about him. He's just completely caught up in it. And it's sweet to see that.
All right, so last night wasn't vote-off night? Last night was a performance night? Or do they get voted off?
No, they
in
voted
real
somebody
time?
off last night. It wasn't Andy. I heard our friends on 6ABC recap.
Yeah, I saw most of it. I didn't know at the end of it, but I saw him and I saw a couple of the other people I didn't know. But, you got it, man. It's pretty amazing. But to see him, kind of winning the hearts of everyone was encouraging to slobs like me.
Here, Nick's going to get you the official information from Dancing with the Stars, which I know you come here for.
Oh, the best was
Thank you, people.
One of the guest judges was Flava Flav. And so, Flav, what'd you think of that? Saw you dancing and, saw you moving.
Oh, man.
And saw you raising your arms.
All right, well, bummer. Danielle Fischel was eliminated.
Yeah.
I like her an awful lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Andy came in 8th place, but I forget how the voting works, Steve, but for whatever reason, he was saved, and Danielle came in 7th place, and she got tossed.
Oh, man.
So Robert Irwin, Steve's son, is still there.
Yes, he's a heartthrob.
Yeah. Dylan Efron. I don't know who that is. Alex.
Zachary
we were
Efron's
just talking
brother?
about Alex Earl. She's the TikTok person that you mentioned earlier, Preston.
Oh, yeah.
Is she from Jersey?
I have no idea.
Okay, because there was pretty sexy number, Paso Doble, I guess.
Okay.
And it was pretty sexy. Look at me, I'm a Dancing with the Stars guy.
Yeah.
The Paso Doble.
Yeah.
She's from Monmouth County, and she went to University of Miami, and she's got 7.5 million followers on the TikTok, and so I guess she's doing pretty well on Dancing with the Stars.
Watching a video of her, the girl could move.
Yeah,
She's actually now to my untrained eyes, she looks like one of the professional dancers. So,
Right.
Well,
She does it, I saw you do that. Oh my God, the rhythm, the passion, the sexiness. You brought it in the Ames.
you could be a judge on that show.
I forgot that guy Bruno.
Yeah.
He's in. So the first dance was "I'm Still Standing," Elton John to that song.
Yeah,
he's in that video. Bruno.
I believe it. I
Yeah.
believe it. He was, I do know a little bit about his history. He was in the I Want to Dance with Somebody video with Whitney Houston. So that was his gig. He
The
was
sexy, the sweat coming off the body, magnetic.
he was a badass dancer in his day. So, wow. I didn't expect us to go there right now. I love it. I absolutely love it. Anything to bring out your inner Bruno.
I still do not. I had no time for hockey.
You're not a Flyers fan?
No, I mean, I don't know. Out of the gate, they score 3, but how knows what's going to happen in the rest of the game?
We're watching the video of I'm Still Standing, which, by the way, is that him in the middle?
No. You'll see him in a second.
Okay.
That's a good song.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
The video,
It's a great song.
The video is very 80s.
It is absolutely
extremely 80s with all the dancers and
that's him.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's wearing kind of this.
It's like a Borat costume.
Yeah, it's
like a naughty cop.
Big time naughty cop with the studded belt and everything.
You can see it's a bulge.
Yep. All right, Bruno. Way to go, Bruno.
All right,
Way to go, Bruno. All right, we have a couple of minutes. We're scheduled to have our next guest on in just a moment. Yes, Marissa.
Can I mention something that I'm doing tonight?
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow night I have a Bud Light kickoff event. Tomorrow's Thursday, right?
Yes.
I don't know what day is today. They are this week. Tonight I'm going to be at the Free Library hosting a free event. It's called Michelin Making Its Way to Philly, and there's some Philadelphia Inquirer writers and some chefs, a sommelier, just doing a panel talking about Michelin Guide coming to Philly in a couple weeks.
This is a massive thing. And
it's huge.
It's huge. And in the culinary world, even if you're peripherally aware of it, this is going to basically putting Philadelphia on the map the way it should have always been, correct?
And yes, and I got to meet one of the people who runs the culinary program at the library, which I didn't realize that they have. Apparently, they have this test kitchen that is just beautiful.
At the library?
At the library, right there on the Parkway. And so we're going to be within that area as
They're
well.
literally cooking the books.
They have that, and then I also saw something recently that there's sorry, I just became overwhelmed because you might know when I announce it, that the library is doing vinyl pressings, and you can go to the library and like press your own record.
What, do you record it there?
I don't know about where the sound comes from.
Okay.
If you bring some sort of the sound, I don't know the process.
Dream job.
I
I could get that on a 45.
Could I get this on a record?
I was texting Pierre about coming with me. That's
So maybe you bring a recording
Yeah.
that you have digitally, and you want to create a vinyl.
Yeah.
I have an old family recording of my grandmother saying rim job.
Oh my
Could I get that on an album?
Rim job.
Why do I feel like we will have that sooner than later now, Steve?
She's from Latvia.
All right.
It was the first word she learned.
All right. So that's tonight, Marissa?
Yeah, just go to freelibrary.org.
Okay. Excellent. We will make sure that people do that very thing. All right. We're waiting for Oliver Platt to call in since we're talking about things going on in Philadelphia. Steve sent across this article that was asking a question about a mystery object that appeared outside of the barns.
Yes.
And it's a giant green lion.
That's a mystery.
And people were wondering what it was. Philadelphia Art Instagram account wrote, what is this at the barns? The museum replied in a cryptic comment, name-dropping its new exhibit. It said, Henri Rousseau, A Painter's Secrets.
So when I saw the picture of this, Preston, I thought of it. I asked, and the answer to the article, does it have any connection to the fake topiary rhino?
Well, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So, we have the green rhinoceros in Ballackinwood. In fact, in our parking lot, there's a green rhino.
Is it organic or is it like a turf?
It's a turf.
So the one that's out here is fake.
Okay.
Yeah, these are fake, and they're meant to last for 10 years, by the way.
10 years.
10 years, man. Yeah. And there's also a giant green deer outside of the French International School and a green giraffe at the Philadelphia Zoo. But it turns out that the rhinoceros and the deer are part of a marketing campaign by the City Avenue District, business improvement district that aims to draw more people to the area. And Brianna Winston, who is the marketing manager, said, we thought the topiaries would be a fun way to just kind of connect with the community. That's all that they're there for. I wasn't sure why.
I agree.
There.
I really smile when I see them. I like this stuff. It's like the bear benches that you see around or all that stuff.
They also offered a welcome distraction for anyone stuck in traffic amid the district's many construction projects. It's something creative that they can be looking at. So the one outside of the barns has nothing to do with those. Nor do they have anything to do with the zoo thing. That has nothing to do with the Ballackinwood. So a spokesperson for the Barnes Foundation confirmed that the lion topiary was actually part of the decor for the Barnes Art Ball, which was on October 17th. The inspiration, they said, came from the imaginative world of Henri Rousseau's jungle paintings. Originally displayed in the museum's lobby, the lion was moved outside after the event so that the public could enjoy it, and that's why.
That's it.
Yep.
I love seeing that stuff. The more the merrier. You talk about ways, earlier programs to beautify the city.
Yeah.
It all pays off. It's quality of life.
Outdoor art projects. They are absolutely awesome. All right, our next guest is ready to go.
We love him.
He's absolutely awesome. He is on Chicago Med, and that's what he's on to talk about. But we got to talk about the bear.
Yeah.
Of course, because we have an Unc on. We got Uncle Jimmy. We got to do a little bit about that. But the amazing Oliver Platt is joining us right now. Oliver, good morning.
Oh, my goodness. What an introduction. I'm so impressed with myself.
Try not to be so overwhelmingly impressed with yourself that you can't speak in our interview here, Oliver.
No, I'm dazed. I'm kind of weak in the knees and stumbling all over the room.
We're sorry about that, but we have to be effusive because we're massive fans of so much of what you do. And I have to start right at the beginning asking, rumor has it that both Chicago and Med and the Bear, at least you, at one point were shooting both at the same time. Is that correct?
Yeah, not just at the same time, but the real magical part for me is that the shows actually shoot on the same stage in Chicago.
Oh my God!
They shoot in the same complex, and so a couple of times I actually, literally would start the day as a kindly psychiatrist, and then after lunch, magically turn into I don't know, what is Uncle Jimmy? Is he a neighborhood mobster?
He's a benevolent mobster.
He's the benefactor.
Yeah.
I know. I introduced that word, mobster. I think it's just it's a mystery.
Okay. Yeah.
Who knows?
That's true. I haven't delved that deep into try to figure him out. That's great.
I have to ask Oliver, when you get called, obviously Dick Wolf's pedigree, Law and Order, Chicago, and the FBI brands, and all of these things, becoming a part of an ensemble show like that, is that for you as an actor, like grabbing the brass ring?
For me, a long time ago, I identified that the fantasy job for me is to have like a good part in an ensemble show, because it's like, well, the great ensemble translates into actor languages. I don't necessarily have to be in every scene and go to work every day, which again, that might sound, when you're shooting an hour drama, that can be incredibly exhausting, which I learned the hard way. But yeah, this is. I mean, the main appeal for me was that we got to tell. My character gets to tell stories that destigmatize mental health issues.
Yeah.
And that had never been done. That had never been done on a network, on a broadcast show before. And this is what was Dick. I have to say, eternally grateful to Dick for actually figuring out that was. That when he called me up, he said, "Look, I'm doing a hospital show in Chicago, spin-off of the First Responder series, and there's a role for a psychiatrist." He said, "There's never been a psychiatrist in a show like this, and there's a reason for that. But I think the world is ready." And what he, it's true. If you look back at all those sensational, cutting-edge TV medical shows I grew up on, like, Chicago Hope and St. Elsewhere and even ER, no psychiatrists, because, talking about mental health up until, 2015, a decade into it was just too scary for people. It's too taboo, which is kind of a shocking thing, but it's a real privilege to be able to do it, if you know what I mean.
It's absolutely. We talk about this all the time. I mean, you see somebody wearing a cast, and you broke that bone, but these are issues that are so elusive and so devastating to people to deal with. And your character is sort of described as the Sherlock Holmes of psychiatry and getting to these aspects that the patients are coming in dealing with. Did you base your character after anybody that you knew, or how did you come into this?
My mom was a psychiatric social worker, right? And obviously I never watched her work, but she was an extraordinary listener. She was just deeply empathetic, a woman. And I think that those two qualities are maybe the two most important things that a mental health worker can have, right? Because often, especially in a hospital environment for emergency psychiatry, people come into the hospital, they don't even know what's happening to them. You know what I mean? And they need you need to immediately establish trust with them, get them to understand. They're often disoriented.
Yeah.
Terrified. And you need to try and establish that you want to help them and that you're on their side, and to try to get them to talk to you, tell them what's going on, which is not always easy,
You sort of raised a point that I had not considered. You never see a psychiatrist participating in a bring your child to work day. You can't have the kid sitting on the edge of the couch, right?
Yeah, the HIPAA would have an issue.
Hey, Oliver, I want to piggyback on what Steve said about basing it on someone that you knew, and being that your mother. From what I understand, and if this is incorrect, please let me know, but your brother is a famous food critic, and you portrayed one in the movie Chef, which was wonderful, by the way. And how does that play out when somebody that you're that close with, you're handling their profession from an acting standpoint of view?
Well, fortunately, my big brother is one of my best friends, and so I didn't have to worry about, offending him in any way, but I also wanted to get it right. I mean, look, what that boils down to is Jon Favreau being a really smart guy, because when he hired me, he knew that my brother was a food critic, and so he knew that, like, in terms of the sort of the verisimilitude, getting it right, no BS, that he was getting a 2-for-1, which just makes him really, really smart. And then John is also just incredible pleasure to work with, because he knows what he doesn't know. You know what I mean? And he loves to get everybody involved. And so, it was really fun. But absolutely, knowing my bro, I guess you could say that, like, maybe it's like Dr. Charles is my mother, and that guy was my bro. Let's keep going.
Just play everyone in your family. We're huge fans, as Preston said, of The Bear, and I have to think that we all were just blown away. I think it'll probably live in TV lore forever. The Christmas dinner episode is just acting on another level. To be in that cast, to be a part of that, is that thrilling and tightrope walking at the same time?
mean, you know, and I mean, the tightrope walking. I think that Chris Storer, the creator, the writer, director, showrunner, and the guy who was always on the set, who whether he's directing actually directing an episode or not, he creates an environment, such a you know, pleasant sort of collaborative environment of sort of like this charged, I don't know. But he makes it fun, and that's the really important thing, right? Because relaxation is like the currency of performance, right? If you're not relaxed, nothing good happens.
Right.
And so the environment that is created on the set is hugely important. And, you know, Chris, aside from being a brilliant writer, is also just very into people kind of like running their mouth, you know, and in other words, he loves improvisation. He'll literally set up the camera and he'll put like with in that episode with myself and the facts.
Yeah.
You know,
The fact
with their money making scheme. He was like, okay, pitch Uncle Jimmy an idea, action, like, and then so you know, he'll do it 3 or 4 times and cut together, you know, and then don't get me wrong, that's the exception.
Yeah.
Most of it is you know, the script is absolutely, you know, the writing's astonishing. So it's kind of the best of all worlds. But is it thrilling? Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
It's definitely acting acrobatics from what from our point of view.
Oliver, can you answer one question for me? Who wrote the Steve Bartman monologue that you delivered and talking about a life lesson from paying attention to one thing versus paying attention to the thing that's the distraction? Because I love that scene.
Oh my God, I don't want to get this wrong, but I think, and please don't hold me to this, but I think that Chris did.
Okay.
I'm pretty, you know, Chris is a Chicagoan, you know, but please forgive me if the actual credit, you know, there's a lot of collaborating and, you know, in television writing and, you know, there's a writing staff and often the person whose name is on the script, you know. Anyway, I really, like I say, I really don't want to get that wrong, but I was so thrilled to be able to do that because, first of all, it was just a privilege as a non-Chicagoan. I mean, I'm not from Chicago. I've come to love Chicago. It's an adopted city. But also, I remember growing up feeling like that Bartman thing was just like such an injustice, you know, and just feeling terrible for the guy. And I loved having the opportunity, you know, to be the mouthpiece, right, for to sort of like kind of look at what happened through a different lens, you know, and to correct the perception, right, that he wasn't the guy who messed up. So anyway, yeah, that was a real high point.
Well, we're fans of everything you do, and we know you don't have much time, Oliver, so we'll let you go and remind people that Chicago Med Season 11 new episode tonight on NBC. So thank you for joining us, sir. We appreciate it. It's been great to talk to you.
Thank you guys so much. It was really fun. I appreciate it.
All right, take care. Oliver Platt, guys. Yeah. He's one of those people that I believe he is the way you would want him to be.
Yeah.
In person.
And in all his roles.
Yeah.
He reads so, and I was reading an interview with him, and I wanted to, obviously we had limited time, but he talked about not being what he calls a word-for-word actor. Yet he's done Aaron Sorkin scripts. And you know, and Aaron Sorkin apparently is not too precious about, hey, you do it the way you feel. And when you're with a writer of that level, you're like, I think I should do it the way you want it. Right. But that's something that is elusive to me, my ability to understand. I mean, he talking about like getting 8 pages of dialogue.
Oh my God.
And how do you effing do that?
Well, and then he said the key is you have to be relaxed while you're doing.
Yeah.
How do you be relaxed?
Right.
Yeah. Nope.
How can you be relaxed when you're supposed to remember all this stuff and all these physical positions you're supposed to be in, and these beats you're supposed to hit, and
because they take the tape out to your face. Don't move an inch, or you're going to be blurry.
That Christmas scene, and I've said this before from The Bear, like we had to stop watching it, and because we couldn't take it anymore.
It made people nervous.
Yeah, it's anxiety inducing for sure. but it was brilliant. When you look at how many people are they're talking on top of each other, they're interrupting each other, they're reacting, even though there's a dialogue going a million miles an hour,
and you're distracted by cameos you didn't know were going to happen.
Yeah,
and yet it still works.
You're like, that's John Mulaney.
Yeah, the wedding episode in this season just passed was similar, not as. Oh my God! I got to get out of this room.
Yeah, you're like that's Brie
Larson.
Brie Larson.
Yeah.
What's she doing there?
I'm glad he mentioned the Fact Brothers because I know that it always gets submitted as a comedy, and we all have agreed that it is it's mostly a drama with some funny scenes. However, the scenes with the Fact Brothers are absolutely hilarious, and those guys make the show at some point a comedy.
When Carmi is locked in the freezer, and I forgot who they were talking to, and they were like they were telling me, yeah, Carmi can't make it out right now. Well, yeah, can we go back and see him? And both of them at the same time they go, no. It cracked me up.
I love when you talk about the Christmas episode and how anxiety-inducing it is because it just makes me laugh. And I have shared this with family members and other Italians and people have very loud families, and it just feels normal.
It feels normal.
Like there is everything about that episode. I literally watched it with my aunt and uncle over the summer, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that seems normal."
That's what
I like that family.
That's what your Christmas dinners, your holiday dinners are like.
There's nobody yelling for saltines, and there's nobody doing blow in the closet, as far as I know, and there's nobody driving through the wall.
Yeah, through the wall. Yeah.
But the chaos is reflective of what that episode is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It just is.
Yeah, but it's just wonderful stuff.
Yeah,
it's
very
the
much so.
funniest comedy on TV.
Yep. It's not a comedy. There are funny moments for sure, but it's an intense show. Alrighty then. I think we should take a break and come back in a second and serve you up your bizarre files as the next dish. So stay right there. We'll be back with it.
With that, under the influence?
Yeah, it's one of the things that they've been talking about addressing because, you can leave the bar and you're at 0.06, you're free to go home, but you have that little bit of marijuana and we smell. Drug test.
So and it's the weird thing, Joe, and we talk about this because there's so many from jurisdiction to jurisdiction, from state to state. The lack of parity, and again, I was reading an article in the paper about how it's hard to really, at the time of arrest, determine how far along someone is if they've smoked a lot of pot.
Yeah, they need to refine the testing process, but you would think that would have been done by now. Because it's been around for a long time.
It's one of those things that decriminalization happened so fast, and it was essentially, look, we're just going to, because it was a Philly thing. It was, we're no longer going to arrest for it, we're just going to issue tickets.
Right.
But the state is the one that makes the determination on criminal and motor vehicle code violations, and they have not caught up.
Okay.
So, all right. Can you have a medical marijuana card and a fishing license?
I think they're still working on that.
Hey, the firearms thing is that nationally or is that just in the state?
He was saying it was federal.
But
so the firearms, it's all submitted federal, so they still fall under federal guidelines. Not every state has a medical marijuana program.
Okay. Got it.
That's still local.
Okay.
They're still state by state.
All right, Sarge, thanks for the info, man. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, have a good one, guys.
All right, you too.
I'd be the worst. But my brothers are all both law enforcement. I'd be the worst at it. What code is this again?
Yeah.
I forget the Miranda rights, all that stuff. I'd be the worst.
Wow.
I mean, I couldn't even umpire a softball game.
Could you imagine going into a drug bust? I thought you said go into the bag.
Is this infield fly rule?
Thank you for saying that because the umpire yesterday missed 2 infield fly rules, and we were losing by like 1,000 runs. I'm like, please just give us these outs.
Real quick, one of the funniest moments of my life was watching my father try to explain to my mother the infield fly rule. And it took about an hour and a half, and she still doesn't understand it. But boy, did my brothers enjoy the process.
Well, it seems like all this has a multitude of infield fly rules. Yeah, people try to hash out, Nick.
It's confusing. Yeah. It is. But, I mean, things have lightened up so much. If you look back, 25 years ago as opposed to now and where things are. I mean, me as a user, I love it. I think it's great.
You're so right, though, Press, because years ago, I remember he smokes pot.
I know. Or if I were to mention it on the air, would have been, even just a couple of years ago, would have been really taboo.
And now we have advertisers.
Yeah.
Bill walks around toking all day.
I still think of it that way, though, a little bit. Like, I'm like, oh, yeah, he's a pot smoker.
My romance with weed is I can remember back to my teenage years, like really good bags specifically of pot that
Play
I
some
would
Journey
get.
faithfully.
And just I hold these great little memories. Now, I also did some really stupid stuff while being high throughout the years, especially in those earlier days, because when you first start trying it, it's augmented in its effect. I mean, and of course they have strains now that'll still get me baked out of my mouth. One of the highest I've ever been. And I'm not going to retell the story here because I've told it 1,000 times, was when we went to Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
And went to this couple's house, and I smoked some local stuff, and I'm like, I am so high. I couldn't believe it.
Pierre's mentioned that over the years about how now they can be more specific and the strains are more powerful. And, oh my God. And our good friend of ours, Steve McLean, I guess he took a gummy or something at a wedding.
Yeah, it was a gummy. It was an edible, and he had a reaction.
And just said, let's try
had
this.
to go to the hospital.
Well, had to be brought out on a gurney.
When I went to my very first meeting as soon as I got my medical card and went to a dispensary, and I met with the pharmacist who sat me down to walk me through the process. It's funny because he goes, all right, so, just to find out what your tolerance level is, he goes, what you do is you take a hit of this, and he goes, and you wait 15 minutes and see how you feel. And he turns to me and he goes, and really wait 15 minutes. Like a real 15 minutes. Because the mistake everybody makes, especially with edibles, is they take this half hour, 45 minutes later, they're like, I'm not feeling anything. Let me take another one. And then
they're gone.
They didn't realize that it takes an hour and 15 minutes for it to kick in. You've got to wait.
Yeah,
you have to wait.
End up curled up.
Till you find out what your level is.
In the fetal position. I am pro weed. I do think that when it comes to teenagers, you really have to be cautious.
Yes.
It affects teenage brains differently than it affects adult
absolutely
brains.
does, yeah.
And so I think that needs to be, you have to be really, really cautious if you're younger than 18. Preston, have you ever been to Amsterdam?
I have not.
I have. And it's beautiful. And when I went there, it was like 96 or 97. The fact that weed culture was legal there really changed my perspective on a lot of things. And I think you would enjoy it.
Okay.
It's fun to get high and go to art museums.
Steve, I just out of nowhere just started getting like really paranoid on it. And so like
that's a common side effect, is it not?
Well, it can be. And so, but and I had a friend who stopped because she was getting paranoid on it, and I didn't get that. It didn't register with me until it started happening to me in Preston. One time, we partook, and then we were at a bar, and it was on the same day as the Kentucky Derby. Okay. And there was a guy at the bar who was just taking bets for the Kentucky Derby. So, no harm, no foul.
Right.
It's not some big gambling ring or anything like that. So I placed a bet for a trifecta and then I sit down and I see these guys sitting at a table, and I was convinced that they were the FBI and they were going to
oh my God,
and that they were going to bust the place for illegal gambling. I called my wife and had her pick me up. I was like, get me out of here. Well, we're going to get arrested.
To be arrested by the FBI.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right? I swear to God.
Homeland Security's here. They're going to arrest me. That's why, honestly, I've never been drunk and I've never been into this, but I have no issue with it whatsoever. My thing is that paranoia and fear of losing control.
Paranoia, anxiety. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be the first person that dies of a heart attack from smoking pot.
I think I'm too much of a puss.
Yeah.
I
think the NBA just took steps recently to decriminalize it amongst players because it's so prevalent among NBA. I mean, a lot of athletes.
They haven't been testing for years.
Right, but you could get fined or suspended for it. And then, I think a lot about hockey players because they beat the crap out of each other every night. And then they turn to opiates or coke or alcohol.
Yeah.
And there's a strong movement in the NHL to make weed legal in that sport because it can treat players a lot. Riley Cote, man, that guy's an interesting dude, and his perspectives on marijuana are fascinating.
He made a whole cottage industry out of it.
When I go to a dispensary, almost always you will see people sitting in the waiting room. Sometimes you have to wait to get back.
Preston!
To go in. No. Well, actually, they do. Sometimes they welcome me like that. But you'll see people who clearly need pain management, and they're with canes and just look like they're there to get medicine.
I've told you this many times before, so I don't use pot. I have no desire to. However, in my own life, I've said this story about my mother battling the pain of cancer. She was in late stages of her life. The only thing that alleviated the pain at the end there was pot that we were able to get for her. So, yes, absolutely, I can see that.
Well, it is indeed 420, and thank you for the calls. By the way, some that I didn't get to, one of them, Jessica, said she had a bartender and a bud tender at her wedding.
Wow.
She's going to.
Oh, she's going to. Oh, that's a pretty sweet deal. And Joe, who called in, he worked at a deli, and their phrase to go smoke weed was check the roof. Because apparently they'd go and I guess go up on the roof and get stoned and come back. So, but anyhow, indeed, it is 420. So thought a little discussion was warranted. What we're going to do is take a break, come back in a second, and have your chance, your first chance to win $1,000 in MMRBQ tickets. We'll get the bizarre file as well. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
Preston and Steve
on 93.3 WMMR.
Kathy, so ladies and gentlemen, today we honor a man who has a very special way of speaking, of announcing his presence, and that is our boss, Bill Weston. Yeah. Today is Talk Like Bill Weston Day, and in honor of Talk Like Bill Weston, it's like Talk Like a Pirate Day. At some point, you might
think
go
it's better.
"Arr." You don't have to talk about it all day long, but if you do throw a little homage to Bill Weston, it's great. And in as much, we are going to do a contest called Who Said It Bestin'? Talk Like Bill Weston. If you are interested in winning some great prizes and you think you do a pretty good Bill Weston impression, text Bill to 39333. Right now, we are going to randomly select people to play, and we're going to text you a line that you will have to read in conjunction with someone else. So we're going to have two people reading the same Bill Weston line in their best Bill Weston impression. We will vote amongst us here. We will pick a winner, and then we have prizes like Dave Chappelle tickets.
Which is amazing.
Casey, what all do we have to give away? And by the way, don't call.
Right.
Text Bill to 39333. We are going to text. We're going to randomly choose people through the text, and we're going to send you the line, and we're going to call you and get you on the air with us. So you don't have to dial us at all. Just text the word Bill to 39333. What all do we have to give away, Case?
Yeah, so in addition to the Chappelle tickets, which go on sale tomorrow, we also have tickets to go see Fantastic Beasts. As well, with that, the Philly Orchestra is performing Harry Potter at the Man in July. So we have, basically two pairs of tickets there.
And by the way, the Chappelle show is going to be Saturday, May 28th at the Hard Rock in Atlantic City.
We have cases of Loverboy, which is that is a sparkling hard tea, and we also have the Batman. We got the Batman on digital.
Awesome.
The Batman.
He's like a bat.
All right, so text word Bill to 39333, and we will see if you've got what it takes to talk like the best in Bill Weston.
Would you explain the origin again? Because it was simply by happenstance.
Yeah, we were talking to actor Ed Begley Jr., who you know from Christopher Guest movies and all kinds of stuff, and he had used the phrase low-hanging fruit. That's one of Bill's favorite refrains.
Yes.
And so afterwards, Nick had said, I didn't know today was Talk Like Bill Weston Day. And then immediately we said, well, we have to create that now. And so therefore we have done it. So April 21st is Talk Like Bill Weston Day.
There are countless arbitrary national this and that days. There's no reason this should not be a national day.
The funny thing is it takes place on Dr. Mike's birthday, where we could clearly do a Talk Like Dr. Mike Day, too. Because all you have to do is talk like that.
Well, in a weird twist, the reason why we started saying privileged was because of our association with Dr. Mike.
That's true.
That's weird.
Let's share the origin of that for a moment, because we all have Dr. Mike is our doctor at Penn Medicine, and we were talking about, I don't know, just seeing Dr. Mike or whatever, and Bill told us that we should not talk about that often because it makes us seem privileged. And
because we go to the doctor.
Because we go to the doctor. And so we thought that was hilarious. And so therefore, privilege became part of the vernacular.
And generated a very successful line of T-shirts.
Yes, it did.
I think because we were saying Penn Medicine, and it wasn't like, oh, we went to the doctor, because it was this big, I don't know, conglomerate, we sounded like we were privileged because we went to Penn Medicine.
Right. It was just one of those little Bill concerns.
It's okay.
And so
many of those are represented in these Billicisms.
Yep. So that was born. And then, obviously low-hanging fruit, third leg of the stool, and
The
barn door and all these little things. Homyuncle.
The best part is that Bill now gets it. He'll come in and go, I actually do talk like that.
Right. Well, it's funny. He doesn't speak like that all the time.
Yeah.
But
it's greeting people.
Bill doesn't have the ability. You know how if I see you, Case, yo, dude, what's going on? You know, what I mean, that's my delivery. Hey, man, how are you?
Yeah.
Or good morning, or whatever it may be. Bill makes an entrance. He opens the door, and he usually does it like he almost kicks it open, like he'll open it very big. Morning show, people. And he does it that way, and then he settles into more normal,
very casual
conversation. Yeah, totally.
Morning, everyone.
And it's great. It's hilarious. And sometimes
even he chuckles.
Sometimes it starts with, in our meeting, it starts with this, okay? And I have to. He comes in with his book, with his notebook, and he'll go like this.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Are we ready for the meeting? Like he'll slam stuff down on the desk. There's just something about, and it's great.
Yeah.
It's not mean spirited.
Not at all.
It's just his time to get to work, people. It's like his indicator that we're beginning, or a slap like that.
Yeah.
You know, he'll do some
How
kind
can
of.
he slap?
How can he slap? But anyhow, it's an endearing quality that Bill has. It's very funny, and we have fun with it.
The thing is, it's so similar to Ted Knight, and his delivery is very similar.
All right, so talk like Bill Weston Day. We're getting. Thank you. Let's do the Bizarre File.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Bud Light. Join Marissa tomorrow night, 7 to 9. She'll be at the Bud Light Thursday night kickoff at Founding Fathers on South Street. And you can enter for a chance to win a pair of Eagles tickets, and that's courtesy of Bud Light. Steve, if you would, for this particular story.
Yes.
If you could have the clip of Pierre as he was impersonating a gun.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Have that ready. And I'll cue you on this. A train collided with an 18-wheeler carrying a full load of cars Sunday morning after the truck had stopped on the railroad tracks.
Pow, 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 pow. Kaboomba!
That's what it sounded like when it hit. Miraculously, no one was injured in this. There's video footage of it, too.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It happened just after 10 a.m. Emergency personnel found that the car hauler had stopped on the south side of the tracks when it was hit by a westbound train. Fortunately, no injuries were reported. The train did not derail either, which is pretty miraculous. Those things are, forget it.
I mean, once they're
going,
underway,
there's nothing that can stop them.
They're like a runaway train.
A report of someone stunt driving at night in a church parking lot grew even stranger when officers discovered the driver wasn't wearing any pants.
What?
According to investigators, in South Carolina's Low Country.
It's a thing I do.
It happened Sunday at a church in North Charleston. Officers responded to a report of a nude man driving recklessly.
I'm going to go do donuts without my pants on.
When they arrived, officers found empty beer cans and tire marks consistent with the vehicle spinning in circles. While patrolling the area, officers received
That's what I get to do.
I knew it. Another call about a car stopped in the roadway. The driver was found only wearing a tank top with a blanket or robe wrapped around him. The 36-year-old man also smelled strongly of alcohol. His vehicle was searched.
God, it sounds like
I'm not wearing underwear.
Revealing a scale and a white powder that tested presumptively.
Was there
for
anything
cocaine.
that was, looked suspicious?
Court records indicated the driver also had outstanding warrants for pointing and presenting a firearm and malicious damage to property.
just for pointing.
And he was arrested and charged with a variety of offenses. All right, despite life-saving intervention from first responders, a man suddenly died at a protest camp set up outside a British Columbia ostrich farm fighting a cull of its birds Monday morning. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police were called to investigate a sudden death around 7 a.m. after members of the police liaison team discovered an unresponsive man on the grounds at the Universal Ostrich Farm.
He died for the ostriches.
Despite significant efforts by both police and paramedics, the man cannot be resuscitated. He has been identified, but police are still working on notifying the next of kin. Police did not disclose the man's cause of death, but said there's nothing to suggest it was suspicious. The Supreme Court of Canada is scheduled to decide on Thursday whether it will hear the case between Universal Ostrich Farm and the Canadian Food Inspection Agency.
The plaintiff wanted to cull a large ostrich population.
Which ordered a cull of the flock on December 31st of 2024 after an avian flu outbreak killed 69 ostriches. In a bitter dispute that has lasted for months, and it continues on, by the way.
And you guys ever eat ostrich before?
No. I have.
It's really good. Steve, I had it. You remember the old Dilworth Town Inn? And,
yes, I love that place.
That's where I had it, and it's like very lean beef. It was really delicious.
Yeah. All right, well, we have arrived at an AI milestone. An AI artist named Xenia Monet has made history by becoming the first AI act to appear on a Billboard radio chart. Her song, How Was I Supposed to Know, debuted at number 30 on the adult R&B airplay chart on November 1st. Xenia Monet was created by poet Talisha Jones using an AI platform called Suno. Jones writes about 90% of the lyrics herself, with the rest coming from stories shared by friends and community members. The song first gained attention on TikTok before climbing the charts. The AI artist signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Halwood Media after a bidding war that reportedly including offers reaching $3 million.
So the artist, the actual human, wrote the lyrics and the AI performed it?
I don't know. Her manager, Rommel Murphy. I assume
is that an AI manager?
The AI, I don't know. It says that their goal is to reach number one by bringing the music to as many people as possible. The move has sparked mixed reactions, with artists like SZA and Kehlani speaking out against AI-generated music, while others see it as the future of the industry.
I don't know if I like it.
I don't really care for that. All right, we'll do one more story, and then we will wrap things up. So here's some weight loss motivation. A gym in Binju City, China, is offering a used 2020 Porsche Panamera to the first person who loses 100 pounds in 3 months.
That seems healthy.
To enter, participants must pay about $1,400, which covers 3 months of intensive training, housing, and meals. The gym plans to close registration once 30 people sign up, and 7 or 8 have already joined, and a fitness coach said that the challenge is currently ongoing. Medical experts have criticized the promotion for being dangerous. One expert said losing almost a pound per day is way too fast.
Oh, that seems fine.
And will cause muscle loss instead of fat loss, leading to hormonal problems, hair loss, and missed periods for women.
Did I win?
A safer goal is about a pound per week.
Okay.
A doctor warned that losing weight this quickly can strain organs and even endanger lives. And that weight loss should be gradual so the brain, muscles, and organs can adjust to the new energy balance. So
anytime you do things like that, and they've been contests similar to that where you drop a big amount of weight in a protracted amount of time, and it's not healthy.
Yeah. All right, and there you go. That's what I have in the Bizarre File for you today. As we take a break, I'll remind you, we'll ask a question about today's program, and we have our lesson learned question. We got a $50 gift card from our friends at Nifty 50s. We'll get trash and music news, too. That's coming up next. Stay with us. Play Who Said It Best in, and we have sent the lines to you. All you have to do is text the word BILL to 39333. And we will randomly choose you and send you the lines, and you will have to say them against another person. So that's what we're going to do now. I don't know what they're going to say. Steve had written down these lines. They've been sent to him. I don't know which lines are going to be delivered to us, but I'm going to get 2 callers on the line. We're going to start with Steve. Hey, Steve, good morning to you.
Hi.
Hi. All right, Steve, you're going to be going against Brian. Let me get Brian on board. Brian, are you there?
All right. Hello.
Hello, Brian.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Wonderful. All right, so let's get started. First, we're going to have Steve read his line. Then we're going to have Brian read his line in their best Bill Weston. And then we'll take a vote amongst the 5 of us here in the studio and determine who our winner is. So, Steve, we're going to start with you. Give us your best Bill Weston.
Privileged. Not everyone has access to doctors.
All right. That was really good. Brian?
Because it's not... Yes. I'll explain after.
Brian, let's hear your delivery, please.
Privileged. Not everyone has access to doctors.
Okay.
He tried a different riff on it.
Yeah.
Let's go. Nick, who do you vote for?
The first guy.
And Kathy.
First guy.
Steve.
Steve.
Yep.
Steve.
It's unanimous. Steve's our winner. Sorry, Brian, we got to let you go. Steve, that was a wonderful Bill Weston, by the way.
Thank you.
And therefore, we have this prize for you.
Well, Steve, privilege. You just won yourself a pair of tickets to see Dave Chappelle.
Not everyone can make it to a Dave Chappelle show.
Isn't he in that awfully Billy Bob Thornton movie?
See, the thing is that you come out big with that privilege, and then you go.
Right.
All right, so the Chappelle show that you're going to go see, by the way, is going to be May 28th at the Hard Rock Live Edis Arena. That's in Atlantic City. And tickets for both Chappelle shows, which is May 28th and 29th, are going to go on sale this Friday. That's tomorrow. And all the details are at hardrockhotelatlanticcity.com.
This Chappelle show,
Santa's got to go.
this Chappelle show came out of the blue. I didn't hear any, this is very cool.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, we're going to get 2 more callers on the line in just a second, and we will see what line they're going to deliver to us. So Marissa and Connor are now contacting the people that we have sent the texts to. They'll get them up a couple at a time, and we need to make sure this is coordinated so they have that they're saying the same
Well,
lines.
during the time, I'd like to give some advice on whittling, Preston. So that
whittling?
Yeah, the blade goes away from you as you're carving the wood.
All right, let me get our callers. We have Kenny that is there. Hey, Kenny.
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. How about you?
Good, wonderful. Hang on. We're going to get you up against Brad. Hey, Brad, are you there?
Yes.
All right, Brad, we're doing our best Bill Weston. It's Talk Like Bill Weston Day. So, Brad, we're going to start with you. Give us your best Bill Weston line.
All right. Being local is the third leg of the stool.
All right. Being local is the third leg of the stool. Kenny, let's hear your Bill Weston.
For MMR, being local is the third leg of the stool.
All right, Casey, who are you going to vote for? Kenny or Brad went first?
Brad did go first. I'm going to give the slight edge to Brad there.
All right, Steve?
I'm going to slide edge to Brad.
How about Kathy?
Brad.
And Nick?
Brad.
Yeah, same here. Goes to
Hey, look at the big green on Brad.
All right, what do we have for Brad, please?
All right, Brad, you are... I'm not going to do the Bill Weston. You got a case of Loverboy. You might recall Loverboy from Bravo's hit reality series Summer House. Loverboy is a high-quality, low-calorie, zero-sugar sparkling hard tea, and you can enjoy Loverboy at Kellyanne's Bar and Grill, which is located at 1549 Spray Garden Street in Philly.
Some people call her Annabelle.
The funny thing is that Santa impersonation is almost like Bill trying to do an impersonation of himself.
Yeah, a little bit, yes.
Because he starts to talk like this with a little bit of John Wayne.
Yeah, he's doing a wonderful riff on Santa Claus, and it does sound a little John Wayne-esque.
I can't believe that Bill doesn't like that because it's so funny. The comedy is I know it makes him cringe a little bit, but it's for me, that's the shining Bill Weston moment.
Yeah.
That call is the best.
That he just, listen, he knows he thinks I'm full of crap when I say that, but I think that's a big indicator that you call up your boss and without even indicating what you wanted, he plays along. That's pretty cool.
I thought so, too. You know, on top of a Talk Like Bill Weston Day, a Talk Like Dr. Mike Day, we could even do a Talk Like Gary Lauer Day.
God.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
If that's even possible.
Remember, the Gary Lauer prank phone call?
No.
Did
you call him?
Yeah, well, so we said Gary, we had him call Gary because Gary was being inappropriate, like at an event.
Oh, we had Bill call Gary.
Right.
Do you have that?
Hang on. I got to find it. But yeah.
And it was you, was it not?
It was me.
Yeah.
So again, we had him. It was like a reverse prank phone call because he was the one who made the phone call. He called
the studio. Didn't realize
he might have called the studio line, but yeah.
Wait, I don't follow. What happened?
All right, so the prank phone call, we had him call Gary because
we had Bill call Gary.
Yeah.
So what he thought was Gary.
What he thought was Gary.
Oh, and it was actually
Casey.
Gary.
So Gary's not actually involved in
Not
this
at all.
Right.
No.
Okay.
Because you answer the phone and you go, Bill Weston! Bill Weston's on my phone or something like that.
This is it right here.
Okay, all right, hang on a second here. Here we go.
Hello?
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 I'm looking for Gary Lauer.
This is Gary.
Gary Lauer, this is Bill Weston at WMMR.
Bill Bill Weston! Hey, Bill! Hey, Nightmare Bill Weston!
Hey, settle down. We need to talk.
Settle down.
This is kind of a serious call.
Oh, Bill Weston! You're calling my phone.
Well, I had to chase it down from a couple different people to get to talk to you. It's about what happened at the Preston and Steve mixer at Parks.
I had such a great time last night. I forgot my teeth. I didn't have my jam.
Yeah. Hey. Well, here's
hey. It's not even a gross impersonation. It's terrible.
I love it.
Oh, and by the way, was he not calling the studio line?
That's it. Because Casey gave him the studio line, and we couldn't believe that Bill didn't recognize the studio line.
We're gonna do a two-parter on that. We're gonna come back.
We have a contest to complete.
And plus, it'll help kill some time in between our contestants. So, let me get our next callers on the line. I'm Talk Like Bill Weston Day. Who said it best? And I have Ryan to start with. Hey, Ryan, how you doing, buddy? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I was waiting for someone to open with something like that. Keith, are you there?
I'm here.
All right, Keith, we're going to do Talk Like Bill Weston, Who Said It Best? And I will start with Ryan. Ryan, please give us the line that we gave you.
Don't compromise show quality just because you can't see the barn door.
Pretty good.
All right. Keith,
That's where the barn door comes from.
Keith, you got to beat that. Can you give us your line?
All right, do not compromise show quality just because you can see the barn door.
Wow, those are pretty good. Yeah.
All right, let's start with Kathy. Kathy, the first one to go was Ryan, and the second one was Keith. Who's it going to be?
Ryan.
All right, Ryan. Steve, who do you think?
They were really good, but I'm going to have to say Ryan just by a little bit.
All right, Casey?
I agree with both of you guys. Ryan.
All right, Nick?
Yeah, Ryan as well.
And Ryan as well. It's a clean sweep. Thank you for your call, Keith. We appreciate it. But
Good
Ryan
job.
is our winner. And what do we have for Ryan, Casey?
Ryan, you have the Batman on digital. The Batman is caught in yes, you are privileged, in a deadly game of cat and mouse with the Riddler in this gritty thriller starring Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz. And you can own it on 4K Ultra HD on May 24th or on digital right now.
By the way, it's not just a signal, it's a warning.
Yes. All right, here's a little bit more of Casey pretending to be Gary Lauer when Bill had called him to talk him. I guess he had to chastise him a little bit.
Yeah, he acted up inappropriately a little bit at one of the mixers.
Here we go.
It's about what happened at the Preston and Steve mixer at Parks.
I had such a great time that night. I forgot my teeth. I didn't have my jam.
Yeah. Hey. Well, here's the problem, Gary.
Wait, is there a problem?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't bring my camera. I had a picture taken with Kathy Romano, but I didn't get a camera and I don't have email. Can Kathy print me out a picture? Because I got a picture with her and I got a picture with Marissa. I couldn't find Casey anywhere, but I got a picture with them and I don't have email.
Gary, I need you to stop talking and listen to me.
I want to hear that last part again. Hang on there.
Gary, I need you to stop talking and listen to me.
All right, we have to come back for part 3. We'll continue with the stammering.
All right, we will go to our next two callers. We are going to have Horace. Hey, Horace, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Horace. All right, hang on. We're going to have you on board with Chris. Chris, good morning, buddy.
Good morning.
All right, so whoever said it bestin is going to be our winner. Horace, we're going to begin with you. Give us your Bill Weston line, please.
This humyuggle thinks she's some kind of Susie cream cheese.
This Uncle thinks he's some kind of Susie cream cheese.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, let's hear yours, please.
This homie uncle thinks she's some kind of Susie cream cheese.
All right, we need to vote. Casey?
The first one.
Horace.
Yes.
All right, Steve.
Though Chris did a fine job, because it's hard to hit that tone, I'm going to have to go with the first one.
And Kathy.
Horace.
Yep. And
Horace. Yeah.
And Horace on me, too. It's a clean sweep. Chris kind of ended with a question in the voice, and therefore not quite Bill Weston-esque. So, Horace, here's what we have for you, my man.
Horace, you have the Batman on digital. The Batman is caught in a deadly game of cat and mouse with the Riddler in this gritty thriller starring Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz. By the way, this movie is Steve Morrison approved, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And you could own it on 4K.
It's everything that rocks and some collective soul. Here's good friend Ed Roland. Shine. It's 18 minutes after 10. It's Wednesday morning, Preston and Steve show. Letter of the day will be along in just a little while. We've got some other things to take care of before then, of course. Very, very windy today. Just a reminder, it's going to be kicking up later on this afternoon, later on and into the night, some wind advisories. So plan accordingly. In the meantime, lesson question time. We're going to give away a $50 gift card to Nifty 50s if you can answer this question correctly from about 9:30 this morning. Here's your question. What was the first word that Steve's Latvian grandmother learned? 610-660-9333. All right, if you heard that and you know, you should give us a call. What was the first word that Steve's Latvian grandmother learned? 610-660-9333. Call if you know the answer.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
Brought to you by Lorenzo & Sons Pizza. The iconic Lorenzo & Sons Pizza is a Philadelphia staple, locations in Westchester, in Stateside Live, and in Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Visit lorenzoswestchester.com. What's going on this morning, Steve?
Well, as you saw, the LAPD officers had to deploy tear gas after rowdy Dodgers fans went crazy celebrating that World Series victory. Ironically, though, the tear gas had little to no effect thanks to the widespread use of Botox.
Hey!
Jessica Simpson celebrated 8 years of sobriety with a post on Instagram. The somewhat confused Simpson proudly proclaimed that she has never thought she could go that long without sex. So,
Oh my God.
doesn't quite know to get it. Anyway, Lily Allen hosting a celebration for the release of her new album, West End Girl, during which she gave out brown butt plugs. Many attendees were later rushed to the hospital after assuming they were Hershey's Kisses.
All right, hey, we are looking for this answer. What was the first word Steve's Latvian grandmother learned? And we are going to Elena to get the answer. Hi, Elena. A good morning to you.
Good morning, guys.
All right, Elena, what was the first word that Steve's Latvian grandmother learned?
It was rim job.
Rim job. Yep. Hang on just a second. Elena, we are going to give you a $50 gift card from our friends at Nifty 50s. And don't forget to try out the Preston and Steve inspired milkshake gingerbread blast. It's available through November 23rd. Order it to help support Camp Out for Hunger. Taste the memories at Nifty 50s.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
Brought to you this morning by Horizon Services. They're helping you prepare your home for the season with $99 plumbing and electrical inspections. Plus, get same-day emergency services any day of the week, even on holidays. And you can book them today at COM.
Come on. Bill.
We know what it is. You tell. Com.
It's horizonservices.com. So, a lot of that going around. Yeah. All right, so with just days to go before this year's induction ceremony, one of the 2025 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees has sent his regrets. Bad Company singer Paul Rodgers posted a note on the band's socials on Monday, revealing that his ill health will prevent him from participating. So they're set to be inducted this weekend with the rest of the crew. We talked to yesterday Richard Harris, who is, of course, the president of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Greg Harris.
I'm sorry.
Richard Harris is
an actor.
Dumbledore.
Yep.
Yeah.
Greg Harris.
Be able to attend.
He's also dead.
On my passing a number of years ago, that I wish Bad Company all the best.
He sounds pretty good for somebody who passed away a few years ago.
Picked up a few tricks.
Yeah. Greg Harris. But just days after the other surviving original member of the English rock supergroup, fellow Free member, drummer Simon Kirke, revealed that the two had planned to reunite and play two songs Saturday. Rodgers says he can't participate. He said, my hope was to be at the ceremony, but at this time I have to prioritize my health. He's 75 years old, by the way.
Yeah.
Without providing any additional information, he said, I have no problem singing. It is the stress of everything else. Thanks for the understanding. Simon, along with some outstanding musicians, will be stepping in for me, guaranteed to rock. Rodgers and Kirke, late guitarist Mick Ralphs, and late bassist Boz Burrell will be inducted for their roles in the 1970s rock juggernaut, whose hits included Bad Company, Can't Get Enough, Feel Like Making Love, Shooting Star, Rock and Roll Fantasy, among others. The long-awaited collaboration between Deftones and Dickies apparel is out now.
Dicktones?
The pieces debuted at the Dia de los Deftones pop-up in San Diego as a small teaser for what's coming. The official licensed collection is a tip of the hat to a design that has been floating around as a bootleg for quite some time. And now fans can get their hands on T-shirts and hoodies with the design at the official Deftones online store. And let me see, I had another one here. Oh, yeah. Hot-Blooded, Cold as Ice, Waiting for a Girl Like You have all been featured on the show Stranger Things at some point. So perhaps it's no surprise that when the Stranger Things float is seen in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, Foreigner will be on it.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
Wow.
Is there room for Kate Bush?
I don't know about that, but the parade starts at 8:30 a.m. on Thanksgiving morning, broadcast live on NBC and streaming on Peacock the day prior at 8 p.m. The first 4 episodes of Stranger Things Season 5 will be dropping on Netflix.
You got to get out to some, like I told you, at Target. They have a whole setup for Stranger Things.
Yeah.
We got the Netflix experience opening up while we're at the Camp Out for Hunger.
Yeah.
But, I mean, man, it's at level 11, the excitement over this.
I can't wait. And then one last thing, just to reiterate that AC/DC is coming to town. We made the concert announcement. And you need to listen all week because Brett Porsche is going to be having your opportunity to win those tickets. Pretty Reckless is opening the show. It's going to be Tuesday, September 29th at Lincoln Financial Field. And tickets go on sale Friday at noon via Ticketmaster. You want the information? You can go to WMMR.com, and it is all right there.
By the way, AC/DC is going to be on the Encore float, Preston.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Are they doing the jingle?
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope so. So we can all...
I didn't realize this until just now, but their show in Philly, that's the last show of the tour.
It's wrapping up the tour.
Yeah. So they do East Rutherford before us, and then September 29th is the last last show of that leg of the tour. So I wonder if that means it'll be anything special, or if it's just how they wrap it up or whatever.
Well, maybe they'll do an encore.
Yes.
I hope so. That's at some point.
I mean, makes sense.
Yeah. All right, that's it in music news. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll wrap up the show. Stay with us.
On May 24th or on digital right now.
All right, a little bit more of our Gary Lauer conversation with Bill Weston. Here we go.
And I don't have email.
Gary, I need you to stop talking and listen to me. All right?
Bill's trying my
All right, okay.
How you behaved at the mixer is causing problems. It was reported that you were either inebriated, high, or a combination of both.
I was so high and so drunk. I had such a good time, man.
Pause. Ready? Here it is.
Wait.
Is this Casey?
You just called the hotline. I need your consent. Can we play this on the air?
Everything except the asshole part.
Yes. I want to hear that pause again because that is priceless. Hang on, here we go.
I was so high and so drunk. I had such a good time, man.
Is this Casey?
Oh my god! Oh my god! You just called the hotline.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I need your consent. Can we play this on the air?
Oh, that is.
Oh my god!
That is absolutely priceless.
You know,
That is so
he's a
good.
good boss.
He's a great boss. He gave us some of the best audio.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get our next callers on the line. We have Justin, who is there. Hey, Justin, good morning. Yeah, very well done, Justin. All right, let's go next to Vinny. Vinny, are you there?
Oh, my my family.
Yes.
My family.
All right, we're going to start with Justin. Justin, please give us your best Bill Weston.
Despite the inclination, avoid going after low-hanging fruit.
All right. And let's see how Vinny can deliver that. Vin, go for it.
Despite the inclination, avoid going after low-hanging fruit.
Okay. This is close. I'll vote first. That was neck and neck.
Yeah.
But I think Justin gave it just a little bit more, so I'm going to vote for Justin. Casey?
Wow, this is our first dissenting vote here. I'm going to go with Vinny on this one. His voice is a little bit deeper, which I think was a little bit more in line with the Bill Weston impersonation.
Steve, what do you think?
In the delivery, all right, I'm going to have to give it to delivery because that's what it's about, though Vinny did a good job as well. I'm going to give it to Justin.
All right, Kath?
Justin was the first guy?
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like Vinny could have, if he gave it a little bit more effort.
He could have nailed
but
it.
I'm going to go with Justin.
And Nick?
Well, I'm going Vinny.
All right, but it's a winner, 3-2. Justin! Sorry, Vin. Appreciate it, but we are going to set Justin up with a prize. And Casey, what are we giving him?
Justin, you have a pair of tickets to see Dave Chappelle Saturday, May 28th at Hard Rock Live Edis Arena in Atlantic City. Now, tickets for the both Chappelle shows, actually May 28th and 29th, go on sale tomorrow. And all the details you can be found at hardrockhotelatlanticcity.com.
You should see the number of texts of people that are just dying of laughter right now, and they're loving the audio of Bill and Casey. They're just absolutely eating it up. All right, let's get some more callers on the line. Who said it best? And I've got Chris. Hey, Chris, are you there? Is it? Well done. All right, Chris, hang on. We've got. I'm going to put him on hold because you can hear me on a walkie-talkie.
Yes.
Let's go to Rich. Hey, Rich, are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Rich. All right, we're going to start with you, Rich. Give us your best in Bill Weston.
All right. Of all the foods invented by mankind, none is more inappropriate than soup.
Ooh. Well done. All right, let's try Chris now. All right, Chris, let's... Okay, stop. All right, Chris, go for it.
Okay. Of all the foods invented by mankind, none is more inappropriate than soup.
All right.
That was pretty close. That was pretty close.
Dude.
Did Rich say it's got to be me?
Rich just goes, it's got to be me.
I'm going to vote for Rich. Casey?
You talk about delivery. I thought Chris gave a great delivery. I'm going to go with Chris.
All right, Steve?
Chris did give a good delivery. I'm going to have to go with Rich, though.
All right, Kathy?
Yeah, the walkie-talkie threw me off. I'm going with Rich.
And Nick? Rich is our winner.
Let me tell you,
thank you,
everyone's
Chris.
neck and neck at this point.
Appreciate it. Hang on, my man. We are going to set you up with this.
A pair of tickets to see Dave Chappelle. Saturday, May 28th at Hard Rock Live Edis Arena in Atlantic City. Tickets for both Chappelle shows go on sale tomorrow. And both shows are May 28th and 29th. And all the details can be found at hardrockhotelatlanticcity.com.
Santa's got to go.
All right, let's get another pair on the line. We will go to Mike first. Yo, Mike, good morning.
Good morning,
Good morning, Mike. All right, we're going to have you play against Cole. Let me get him on the line. Cole, are you there?
I am. How you doing?
Wonderful. All right, let's begin with Mike. We want to know who said it best in Talk Like Bill Weston. Mike, go for it.
Excellent guess. Riveting banter. I give today's show a D.
All right, Cole, let's see if you can deliver that line as good or better than Mike. Go for it.
Oh, excellent guess. Riveting banter today. I give today's show a D.
Okay. So we have Cole and Mike. Mike went first. Kathy, who you want to vote for?
Ooh, this is a tough one. I think I'm going to go with Mike.
All right, Nick, how about you?
Yeah, they were both really good. I think Cole's just kind of petered out at the end a little bit, so I'm going to go with Mike.
And Steve, you?
For that same reason, I'm going with Mike.
And then Casey?
For both of those reasons, I'm going to go with Mike.
And I go with Mike as well. Thank you, though, Cole. We appreciate it. But Mike gets the prize. What do we have for him?
A case of Loverboy. You might recall Loverboy from Bravo's hit reality series, Summer House. Loverboy is a high-quality, low-calorie, zero-sugar sparkling hard tea. And you can enjoy Loverboy at Kellyanne's Bar and Grill, located at 1549 Spring Garden Street in Philly.
I hear they make a great patty melt.
All right, I think we have 3 more of these that we can get away with. So let's do that right now. We're going to get listener Bill on. Morning, Bill.
Good morning, Preston.
Ah, nice delivery. And his name is Bill, so we got to keep that in mind. Hang on, Bill. We're going to have you go up against Alex. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ed. All right, you both have a line in front of you. Let's see who delivers it better on Talk Like Bill Weston Day. Alex, we want you to go first.
Kathy seems out of sorts today. She must be on her period.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Dear God.
Yes.
That's good, though.
All right, now we go over to Bill. Same line. Bill, go ahead.
Kathy seems on it. Dang it.
Do it again.
Start over.
That's all right. All right, restart.
Today. She must be on her period.
All right. This is a close one. I'll start this time.
Nervous here.
Wow. I did like the way Bill went at the beginning, but I think Alex got it a little bit more closer to the mark. So I'm going to give my vote to Alex. Casey?
I agree with you, Preston.
All right. And Steve?
I'm feeling Bill on this one, actually.
All right.
Yeah, I like Bill too.
All right. So, Nick, you're the tiebreaker.
Wow. Well, I'm going to go with Bill.
Bill! All right. Thank you, Alex. You did a great job, but Bill won the vote, and here's what we have for him.
You won the Batman. On digital, the Batman is caught in a deadly game of cat and mouse with the Riddler in this gritty thriller starring Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz. You can own it on 4K Ultra HD on May 24th, but you could own it on digital right now.
Here's vengeance.
Somebody texted and said we need a woman versus woman version of this. I think we've already chosen our contestants, and I don't think we took gender into consideration at all. But in fact, we did have a girl earlier. I think Chris.
I thought we had a couple of girls.
Okay, I don't really know.
two
But
girls.
anyhow, it would be nice to see lady against lady.
Because I hear
that.
a number of women do Bill Weston impressions.
But if we can't do that now, maybe we can do like a one-off later on. I don't know. We'll see about that. All right, so we're getting our other contestants ready. A reminder as well, with all this giving away that's going on, that the MMR Concert Cash will be coming up at 10 again. So get yourself set and ready for that. And in case you missed the announcement yesterday, we announced the Preston and Steve side stage to the MMR-barbecue. The band Froggy is going to be playing. DJ Jackie Bam Bam is going to be doing a set, which is pretty awesome. And we're going to have live band karaoke with the group Sidearm as your backing band, you as the singer. You get to sing a song, and we'll tell you how to enter to win that later on. If not by tomorrow, then next week we'll have that information up and ready to go. And the 424-pack deal is underway. So if you want to get a 4-pack of tickets for $80, so it's $20 a ticket, plus 633 WMMR. You get to have the bad name, my friend, 1036. As we are wrapping up today's program. It's been a full day today, a very enjoyable day today, by the way. Lots of sunshine, milder temperatures. Like I said, windy. It's going to be coming gusty a little bit later on into the evening, 50-mile-an-hour gusts. So just be aware of that. Should you have anything that has the propensity to blow around the household, keep that, what's the word? Batten down, I guess.
Yes, the hatches.
I would like to thank our guest on the program. We had documentarian Steve Jawn.
Yeah.
Stopped by this morning, directing a documentary on radio DJs. Mainly, it's just focusing on Pierre Robert. And he had, over the past couple of years, had a chance to spend some time with Pierre, get some video, and not that long ago, had an in-depth sit-down. And now it's obviously changed his tone and may just become a documentary about Pierre and wants to get other people involved. Maybe he'll come to the Camp Out for Hunger and look for people to, share their stories. So keep that in mind if you're headed down. So thank you, Steve, for stopping in this morning. We had another director, Kevin MacDonald, on the show. His documentary is called One-to-One, John and Yoko. It's coming out on HBO November 14th and then streams on HBO Max. And it's all about those that first year and a half or so where John and Yoko were living in New York City. They moved away. Some very compelling stories and like some unheard of audio of phone calls, like lots of them, from the family, from the John Lennon estate, and also concert footage that has been cleaned up and restored. Should be pretty damn cool.
I'm looking forward to it.
Coming up on the 14th. Then we had a chance to talk to Oliver Platt.
Yeah.
Hey.
Chicago Med tonight at 8 o'clock on NBC 10. He was great. Love talking to that guy. And then Ryan Shuttleworth walked in.
Oh, my God. I'm stuck with that guy. I got to deal with him all the time. He's all right, though.
Nice to see you, sir.
Good to be seen.
All right, we're going to do the letter of the day first if you're ready to go.
Yes.
All right, let's get that.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
The Preston and Steve Show is brought to you today by The Letter.
A as in applesauce.
All right, and we have two more to go, and then we give away a $1,500 Steven Singer gift card. And they say the diamonds are forever unless, of course, the horsemen get to them first. From the masterminds behind the global magic phenomenon comes Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Steven Singer Jewelers is making this magic real, giving you $1,500 towards your own diamond that definitely won't vanish. And you can also head to WMMR.com/contest and enter yourself for a chance to win a pair of tickets to an advanced screening of the movie at the Philadelphia Film Society East. That's coming up on Monday the 10th. So this coming Monday, Now You See Me, Now You Don't is going to hit theaters November 14th. And a big thank you to Steven Singer Jewelers. You can visit IHateStevenSinger.com to get the information. Ryan, what's going on? I know you guys have been playing Pierre Presents cuts and things like that. Does that continue on?
Yep, we're going to continue that all this week. Today's, so yesterday we got to the last edition of Pierre Presents. Today we're going to get to the first one back in 2016 at the Ardmore Music Hall with the Struts.
Oh, great.
So we're going to do that. We're also going to, intersperse it with some clips of recent shows and a lot of fun, a great, energetic, upbeat band, including a great birthday surprise for Pierre. So we'll get, we'll replay that clip and then continuing, the outpour of love and support. People are really enjoying, these Pierre Presents sessions and all the memories that keep flooding back. I mean, just outside the studio today, old friends from stations past and time here are visiting and, all these different memories are popping up. So we're just going to continue those celebrations.
You said outside the studio. So Steve Jawn, the director that came in, brought this amazing airbrush photo. It's not a photo. It's based on a photo, but it is this beautiful picture of Pierre. And while he was in here, I almost giggled because I was thinking about the photo that's hanging up right outside of the studio, which is Pierre in this Victorian era blue dress.
Her Majesty the Queen.
Oh my God, I love seeing that thing every day when I come in here.
It's terrific.
So
he loved it.
Funny. He did love that. So, all right, well, carry on, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I want to thank our sponsors. The Preston and Steve Show is brought to you today by Dunkin', and of course, the Preston and Steve Show runs on Dunkin'. Also brought to you by Acme Markets, fresh foods, local flavors, and by the Jug Handle Inn. Catch the best food, the best drink specials, and all the game action at the Jug Handle Inn in Cinnaminson, thejughandleinn.com. Tomorrow morning, we'll have lots of stuff, including director Dan Trachtenberg.
Yes.
Who's going to be in our studio. The new Predator film, Predator Badlands.
It looks really good.
It does look really good.
He also did the animated Killer of Killers, Predator Killer of Killers, which I know we dug
I loved it.
tremendously.
Yeah.
He did Prey. So
And
he is
10 Cloverfield Lane.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
Really good director. So
I
he'll be
am
here.
hosting a Q&A with him tonight, so I will have a little bit of time with him beforehand. I'll try not to talk about Wetzel's Pretzels too much.
Where are you doing the screening?
I'll be at King of Prussia.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that'll be fun tomorrow morning. That is it. We are done. Rage on and have a great day in the morning. We'll see you tomorrow, friend. Bye-bye.